Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold. Give me a second. The audio is being a bit weird. I've ruined your joke. Sorry. No joke. Give me a second. There we go. Back to
in the immortal words
chances of getting fucking black bag there, Docker.
In the immortal words of Dr. Octopus from Spider-Man 2, the real crime would be not finishing what we started.
Exercising that freedom of speech there, Ragsy boy.
Oh, it's so fucking good. Oh my god, it feels so good.
The opinions expressed on the Knuckle of E channel and subsection Tales from My Wife's Son are not reflected by Knuckle of E the person, and
nor the Discord account.
The Jews did nothing wrong and are very
freedom of
nice
expression, more like freedom of erection.
I feel that.
Really pretty sure you still had to get planning permission if you're going to put up buildings.
People are going to get a nice taste of that when fucking Sargon's stream comes about. By the way, Ritualist, every time you draw his character, I just want a microscopic property of Tales from My Wife's Son fucking written on his character every time.
It's one of those like layer things where if you move his character aside in Photoshop, you just find the rest of the cast from our game there.
Wait a second. There's a big dog here with shields.
Yeah, but Sargon doesn't let people play as big dogs with shields. Because Sargon's racist.
Sargon doesn't even let people play as rangers from what I've seen.
Well, no, I'm playing a spellless ranger. There's a spellless ranger variant, and I was really considering going down the Beastmaster path so I could have like a warhound as my companion.
Train to use shields.
So, but at level 13, I unlock the ability to summon animals every day. So I could have like 8 attack sheeps descending upon my enemies.
Sheep. Just like the scouts of Age of Empires 2.
You may think that would be fun, but it doesn't compare against when my original character uses Children of the Night and summons 8 retarded wolves. The most retarded wolves you have ever seen. Where fucking the one time we did it and then Layman rolled his masterful disguise check, rolled like a 40 on disguise to disguise himself, also as a retarded wolf. And then, being a vampire, I turned into a retarded wolf. And there was just retarded wolves everywhere.
I seem to recall you also throwing several of them into a furnace for literally no reason.
It was horrible, but luck. And then I didn't even get to keep my doggo.
The furnace of ultimate evil or some bullshit.
My dog abomination.
There was a reason for throwing them in the fire. I'm sure one day I'll know what that was.
What's it called? Dogscape? I forget. The creepypasta where the whole world is made of dogs.
Oh, how creepy.
Well, no, I mean, it's like the ground is just undulating dog flesh.
Oh, that's different.
I believe we went with the name Dogoth in the end, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. We had a dog off, Riggs.
Yeah.
Charming.
Wow, you know what?
Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened. It was a summoning ritual, and we fucked with the summoning ritual because he was gonna summon a Shoggoth, but because I killed all the wolves,
oh right, it was
by making them jump into the furnace, it fucked with the Shoggoth, and so it was basically a Shoggoth.
Merch is laughing in the background. Shit, I can't hear her.
That was actually exactly it. Yeah.
Hooray!
Rags, that's what it looked like.
Shall we go back to the game?
Well, I would say, Rags, I tried to save the dog off and make it my pet, but it got killed in an explosion.
So in the end, it saved us.
That was noble.
It did save us. It did because he was a good boy. He was as good boy.
I was told he was the best.
Yes, shut up.
In any case.
Okay, recap.
Who would like to recap last episode? For those of us who weren't here, or those of us who were too drunk to remember.
I'll do
I
it.
finally got to do stealth damage. There you go.
Alright. And so basically, I fell in a river. Rags fucking rose again in the third day to call me gay. Spawn Aiden over here.
I'll
We've dragged
come
her
over
body over here and we've healed her up since then, because I'm pretty sure she already get healed when I fucking
You
smashed
did
her
knock me
skull
the fuck out. Actually, it made sense why I wasn't here last week, because you did
in.
fucking beat the shit out of me.
That was the concussion catching up with you.
Then we fought a bunch of fish kobold men. Then we fought a dog that was gay, and now we are here. We have set up camp. How long did we rest for?
No, we didn't rest up because we just saw there is some lizards over here, like literally giant lizards lurking around the place. From here, we decided you're just going to clean this up and then maybe set up camp. And let's not forget, upstairs we have 2 people who are allies and a prisoner.
Nice.
At most we have been here only a few hours. So,
This is a really elaborate for us coming in here. Look, we don't actually have a reason to be here.
Yeah.
You know, I figured we were going to open up the basement. There would be
We
some
have
eldritch
a duty to
abomination.
dispel the evil that
Duty.
lurks within this old church.
Said duty.
Is my leg working again?
Where am I
believe
at,
that.
actually, in terms of health? Because I was beaten near to death by Naka.
That
I'm guessing you've been
I've-
dragging my corpse around, I don't know.
No, we actually left you there, by the way.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I
They
woke up
are-
and found you guys.
They unironically. Okay, you were actually brought here by someone you don't quite recall. You remember very weathered-looking plate armor, a distinct, odd, sweet smell, and grey hair, and not a lot else.
Hmm.
Oh, Aiden's dead. Good.
No, I'm not.
She died as she lived being gay. Oh, also, for the people at home, unfortunately, our good friend Duck has been super busy with studies and such lately, and missing sessions and turning home late. So he's decided he will no longer be playing with us for the time being. He will be back for the HD remix of season 2, but for now he's just going to focus on his
Which I
study.
must stress is just the final boss, not the entirety of season 2.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, anything else? That's done.
As
So,
the elf runs blurrily into the woods, majestically.
Can I take a peek once more to see what's exactly inside the...
Okay. Taking a glimpse down into the chamber below. Sorry, a chamber above, I should say.
So I
You know-
can see a bit far in the dim light.
Yep, you can see there are a number of like shallow pools of water dotting around this chamber. The floor here is very roughly hewn out of the pre-existing natural stone floor. But it's clear that attempts have been made to drain what was previously a fairly deep pool of water that rested here. You can see on the stone flooring where it's eroded away by the flow of the what was once a small aquatic chamber. In its place, you have a number of very roughly hewn walls, the deep pits and alcoves dotting the entire surface. The ceiling seems to climb up into just pitch black darkness. But the entire chamber is lined with this thick curtain in very specific, like almost strategically placed locations. You're not sure what it's made from. It's this very thick purplish cloth. Almost velvet-like, but with a distinct, odd texture to it. It almost puts you in mind of like bruised flesh. At the center of the room is what appears to be an old bonfire. The embers are still just crackling away. At the cardinal directions of the room, north, south, east, and west, are these old pillars that don't match the rest of the surroundings. They look like they've been scavenged from elsewhere. They are these enormous pillars of basalt. Just
They go up to the ceiling.
They go up into the dark.
Into
I'm
the
not sure if they
dark.
reach the ceiling because you cannot see the ceiling.
Oh boy.
Can you
But they are
detect magic?
very intricately
Please.
carved. Okay, this place is a place of power. It is directly above a ley line.
Oh shit, son.
Or at least, if not a ley line, then it's very evident. This is a place where magic is being collected.
All right, let's get laid.
Now, if you wish to roll Arcana, to try and get some particulars, you may. Spellcraft would also be applicable.
Party members!
That's spellcraft and that's Arcana. 16 on Arcana.
Okay. This is what appears to be, at the very least to you, a naturally occurring place of power, upon which has been built a ritual circle. The 4 pillars seem to represent the 4 cardinal directions, and with the cardinal directions, the 4 winds. Each has been carved with essentially symbols of the elements. 1 for fire, 1 for water, 1 for wind, and 1 for earth.
What about heart?
I believe the heart may be represented with a flame.
Is this the 5th element?
No, that's life. Heart was the Indian guy from Captain Planet.
Oh god.
Heart.
So, the lizard thingies, do they look friendly or just,
You can see a number of what appears to be lounging creatures. You can't see many feet. You can't see many particular features of them. You can see the odd scale here, tail there, the occasional limb.
Are there any religious iconography or symbols or
Yes,
what
these symbols are very intricately carved.
Can I do a knowledge religion check
Yeah.
in order to find out? So
You find it odd that none of the creatures here have been roused by your presence. You're not sure if they're just basking before the fire or if they're simply trained to ignore you.
So for skill checks, it's the skill modifier plus 20.
It's the skill modifier
1d20.
plus a 1d20, yes.
Okay.
Do these pillars go into the ceiling or they're just like pedestals?
They go up as far as you can see.
Uh,
You're not sure if the ceiling is very far away or if it's simply in supernatural darkness. And Regave, as for your roll, as mentioned, each of these pillars denotes a different element. The northmost is marked with an inscription of the great coldness of the northern wind, and is inscribed with the symbol of earth. The southernmost whose pillar is marked with what appears to be a sigil of flame.
The southern pillar?
Yes. It represents the summer winds. To the east, it's inscribed with a symbol of water, and the pillar constantly trickles a thin stream of what you assume to be water from cracks within the symbol. And to the west, as evident by the slight breeze that accompanies it, is the symbol of air.
Anything else that I can learn from my roll about maybe what exactly this is to or towards, or if this is an invocation of some person or deity, or...
You're not quite sure. Only the elements.
Can I try to roll religion?
You may attempt, yes.
Also, from perception, do we see any traps on the floor or anything of that sort?
Roll me a perception check, please.
Oh, that's religion though.
20.
Okay. Gigi, you're not really sure. You can definitely identify that this is a religious site of some description. and the work of someone with, shall we say, priestly inclinations, but you're not sure apart from that. As for the search for traps, some of these pools go deeper than they appear. Furthermore, there is inside the embers of the fire are some very disquieting looking powders in what appears to be tiny little pouches made of leather.
Is it possible that I use Mage Hand to just gently levitate them on the side from the fire?
You may certainly attempt it.
Let me see, what is the range on the Mage Hand?
Right.
To reiterate, northernmost pillar is a symbol of coldness and is inscribed with a sigil known as the Earth Bull, a symbol of Taurus.
Text-to-speech kicked in now.
Hey.
Did you not hear it?
No,
Nope.
it's come through on our end.
I don't.
I have it turned off.
Oh.
I don't have stream open because it really slows me down at this moment.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Well, I just held it there. Oh, all right. I guess I can hear it, but the stream can't hear it. Well, somebody just said, "How much do I don't need to donate to finger someone to death?"
Can't you just finger of God? Is that what you would do?
They were quite explicit about what they said. By all means, continue.
As mentioned, the north is set with a symbol of great coldness, a Taurus sigil of the Earth Bull. To the southernmost pillar, it's given an invocation of heat, and is marked with what's a symbol of a lion serpent. It's a symbol of Leo. In the east, you'll find a symbol of air, and
You said water was east.
it's also it's marked with the symbol of waters, the Aquarius sigil.
So
Conversely, the westmost is marked with a symbol of rushing torrents, and but also emblazoned with the scorpion symbol of a sigil of the markation of Scorpio. So each of these symbol is conflicting with itself, but also attuned to the opposite pillar, creating a network.
Okay, so
That's why I felt the need to elaborate.
Okay, so north is Taurus and cold, and which element? You say Earth?
Earth.
Yeah, Taurus is aligned with Earth, whereas its elemental attunement here is cold.
Yeah. Torrents, Scorpion on the west, and which element? Fire? No?
The westmost is inscribed with a gate of rushing torrents, so it would be water. But the Scorpio itself is more closely attuned to Earth.
And the east is air.
Yes, but is marked with Aquarius, a sigil usually associated with water.
Huh.
And what we have in the south, just once more, so I can write it down.
The southernmost is a sigil of fierce heat, marked with the symbol of the sigil of Leo.
Leo?
Lion serpent. Yes. Normally more associated with air.
Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, and what was the fourth zodiac?
Isn't it Taurus and
Taurus.
Earth?
Taurus,
yeah.
Leo,
Taurus.
Aquarius, and Scorpio.
Isn't it Taurus more associated with Earth?
Yes, the Earth Bull Taurus.
Well, let's explore the rest of this room, and then we can deal with the
Yeah.
pillars in a second.
I'll just see Mage Hand. Come on, open the fuck. What's the duration of the Mage Hand? It's so slow to open for me.
I believe it's 25 plus 5
5.
per level, so 30 feet.
Yeah.
Regardless, you
It's-
do know that there are a number of creatures lounging around this room. Most of them do not appear to be active. Most of them appear to be quiet.
Yeah, I'll just take these pouches and gently move them here if I can, like one by one.
Okay.
Does anything happen, or do we have to roll?
Roll me a sleight of hand, please.
Sleight of hand. So it's just dexterity. Hey, good roll.
Okay. There are a number of reagents in these pouches. You can tell that at a glance.
What do reagents do? In alchemy,
Okay.
something?
Specifically, it appears to be there's a bizarre, like very fine powder filling each of these, and you can tell that they're reagents. The smell is very distinct. This is a very intricately set up ritual circle. Everything's prepared, and yet these creatures have been left to just lounge around.
What is this? What is this dark blue? This darker blue pool across the fire?
You wish to indicate as to which you mean?
How do I do the pink?
I think
the
he
river.
means
Yeah,
this
that.
one.
That is the pool that seems to go deeper than the others.
Oh, okay.
Do you have any idea what this ritual might be used for?
Looks like there's a chest over in the bottom right.
I guess for the chest in particular, could I do another knowledge religion check? Same thing.
You may.
Alright. That's a little better.
I'm sorry. I gently walk on the edge, not stepping in the pool.
Okay.
Just eyeing the creature gently. Is it looking at me back?
As mentioned, it's lounging on the ground. It seems to eye you rather lazily. At least you believe it does. The creatures do not have visible eyes, but it is inclining its head towards you slightly. You're not even sure if they're actually awake. As for the chest, there is clear religious iconography on the chest. Furthermore, the lock itself is not a conventional lock.
Magical?
Appears to be.
Oh, I can use spellcraft to identify magical device, and I have bonus on that. I have +8 when I identify magical device.
Okay. Then you can identify what this is. There is this. Okay, is this specific to the pool or to the chest?
To the chest, I assume.
Okay. What the chest is, it's a magical circuit. It only unlocks if presented with a certain magical sign. In this case, is a symbol with a hand known as the sign of Koth.
The Kot is the god of what?
And you don't know that off the top of your head.
Would I?
You've heard of. You may roll.
All right.
Knowledge religion.
Well, okie dokie.
Does he even know what it's the god of?
Oh. You have no idea.
Yeah,
You've never
there's
even
a lot
heard
of
it.
gods. Hard to keep track of them all.
Does anybody else have knowledge religion or something?
I don't.
Fuck only know how to punch the fuck out of things. Fuck knows that priests bleed when you hurt them.
Knowledge Arcana cannot help here.
You may roll if you wish.
Ooh. This is the kind of rolls Edmund used to get on his
Okay.
checks.
The sign of Koth is specifically a warding symbol, normally placed upon sealed doors.
So it's to keep bad things out.
Unwanted
Yes,
things out.
Alternately, to keep things in and safe. It is a related symbol. You know that there are a couple of symbols that are related to it. Specifically, that it is marginally related to the Elder Sign, which is used to ward off aberrations.
To older preparations.
To it, yeah, the symbol of the Elder Sign itself is used to ward off aberrations, such as
Aberrations.
yeah, aberrations, alien monstrosities from beyond the stars, that kind of thing, or simply creatures too strange to be identified as any one thing.
For a moment, I heard you for old preparations.
Yeah, the well, that's usually like at least as I've seen it represented, like a circle and stars. Or is that similar?
Yes, there are two forms of the Elder Sign. The more traditional, there's the more commonly known Elder Sign of the star with the somewhat off-model star with the eye in the center, and then there's what's called as the Delethian Elder Sign, which is a symbol similar to a fern. 3 prongs on one side and 2 on the other.
And above the chest, are those just... What are those above the chest exactly? Little blocks of wood, or just a wood pile, or...
This thing here?
Yeah.
Yes, that appears to be firewood for the fire.
Alright.
Yeah, fucking word bit.
I step gently. Do I see anything else? What about this creature all the way back in the corner? I just make little gentle steps, not to rouse these things.
The creatures at the rear of the room are very sizable compared to the hulking dog-like reptiles. They are about the size of a man. These creatures are more close to Thok size. They're these
Fox
enormous
sized.
serpents with very vestigial-looking limbs. Look as if they'd struggle to actually support their weight.
I just rolled for stealth, by the way.
Oh shit, he can just roam around the room.
While we serve as
you
a
turn- if
excellent
you-
distraction.
100%.
If you
There
turn
we
your
go.
eyes to your left, you'll notice the rear of the serpent statue.
Oh yeah, you can see it
Oh, okay.
from the other room.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's far more noticeable from this end.
Oh yeah, can we see in the other room the survivor is still there?
Leant up against just a stone.
You might want to fill me in really quick. I was not here that week.
It was just before Tok got hit by a log and fell into the river. We were exploring this room and we found the survivor, and we had to rush back to save his ass.
Survivor of what?
We don't know. We just met her, and then the thing with the Tok happened.
Yeah, we can get Fox to move that serpent thing out of the way, and then we'll just grab him on the way out.
Yeah, does that thing looks movable or trapped or anything?
It is indeed quite heavily trapped. However, from this side of the device, it is very easy to disarm.
What am I going to
So
need to
she went
disarm it?
fuck to help move some shit.
Hold on. What am I going to need to disarm it?
Yeah, this was a perception roll.
Thok,
What, we're just going to throw a fuck at it?
would you like to Are you going to attempt to be quiet, or are you going to just do your thing you normally do? On a scale of 1, can you give me a scale of 1 to 10 on how subtle you wish to be?
Trying to be subtle on 10.
This is more a question for Naka.
Nak.
I don't think Thok is capable of subtlety.
Watch it, fucking Chim. So,
Well, I mean,
that's my brother. Mad, what am I doing and fucking how subtle am I being about
You
it?
actually forgot?
What?
You don't even know what you're doing. You're so confused you have to ask your brother.
I don't even know what you're doing.
I don't know. I'm still in a lot of pain. I almost get gang raped by fish. Well, fucking whatever. Just point me in
You
the
can't blame
direction.
everything in your life on that.
Okay, so the snake thing we can come back around and solve in a bit, right? I was just thinking about in the possible future. Would I need to disarm it?
Yes.
Right. Okay. I'm assuming that's just a disabled device then.
Mm-hmm.
Is it magical disabled device as well?
No, it's a mechanical trap.
Cool. Hold on.
Mechanical trap.
Everyone, audio has gone a little bit. Let me just double check.
Simply put, roll me a knowledge engineering or just a simple perception check to see what this actually is.
This was my perception check, 24.
On 24, and you know what this trap is? What it is a mechanism that is tuned to a very specific sound. The sound of scraping stone will cause this statue to vomit forth a stream of acid in front of it.
Hey, acid again.
I don't think I want to move this statue.
So sorry, I missed that because my audio went a bit skewiff. So
Yeah.
scraping
There is
it-
there is an audio-based trigger on this trap. It is not kinetic-based. It's not based on movement. Specifically, if the sound of scraping stone is heard, it will project from its mouth a stream of acid.
roughly how much?
About a pint of
Do
acid.
we anything that can contain a pint of acid?
Do we have anything that could contain a pint of acid?
I.e.
Depends on how
maybe
strong.
Okay,
I
so
have
glass.
two. I have
Glass can.
glass.
Okay, so
Glass.
all right, so this
I
thing.
actually might. Yeah, I actually might. I have 2 bottles of tonic wine from upstairs. I could pour out the tonic wine, and you could use the bottles.
It's going to come out its mouth, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be harder to use. It's going to be difficult to get projectile acid vomit from a lizard statue
No, you
into
just
a
put it.
bottle.
No, you just put it right up to the nozzle.
How big is the hole? The mouth hole?
$5.
So it is about the thickness of one of your fingers.
That's not bad.
Oh,
It's
no,
a
Similar
finger
to
bottle.
the
Whose
problem
fingers?
is there's 2 of them.
Oh.
Oh, right.
Oh, like
It's-
fangs. Oh, yeah.
Now, specifically
okay.
to like the poison glands at the rear of a spitting cobra's mouth.
See?
Hey,
Well,
listen.
I got 2 bottles.
Is this girl seeing me, noticing me?
Look, I've got an idea, right? You know what? Look,
She is seemingly not paying much attention. She is
Okay,
resting
I've got an
against the
idea.
wall.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to carefully take a 5-foot step over here.
Right next. to
You're
the
gonna
fucking
want to
thing.
roll handle animal right now.
Well, everyone
As the
roll for
first thing,
initiative.
as soon as someone gets that close to one of the monitor lizards, it's going to immediately tense up and bristle, and you see all the spines that run up and down its spine, for lack of a better term, just shake slightly.
Can I just gently pull Tog back in here?
You may attempt to.
What do I have to roll for that?
You're all CMB. It's up to him if he actually wants to let you do it.
You know, I have I have a handle animal of 9. So
Why did
I
you
get
say
a
that?
huge bonus to handle animals, so I
Okay.
can.
Problem is, he's the one who got within that distance, so he will have to be the one to roll it.
Yeah. So I gently try to pull Talk back.
You can aid another.
Can I aid Nuka?
No, he's not close. You're not close enough. I
Damn
don't
it.
think.
See, this is what happens when you have ideas.
Stop with your ideas or roll stealth.
Now this is epic.
Yes, as
Isn't that against charisma? Or am I?
by the way, as you know, never mind. Roll
Ninja
away.
Piro manifests as the very concept of logic and travels to the beginning of time to manipulate the Big Bang, making liberalism incompatible with the laws of physics. Epic.
Oh shit! Nuka may have just got. But now we have Nuka and Punish Nuka. We're it's another one bites the dust. Discord has removed another.
Oh no! Oh, he's offline. Oh god.
Oh no!
Oh god.
Not again! I can't believe this is happening.
It's happening again.
He couldn't handle the edible.
Yeah, look at it.
These edibles ain't shit.
Discord strikes again. Oh. And you know what would be really bad if it turns out it's actually true? That would kill me.
Yeah, and the next thing, this server gets deleted as well.
It's fucking better not.
Let me check him on Twitter. Does he sending messages? Let's just hope his internet is gay.
Out of curiosity, Mud, do you keep the sound on for these, for the recordings?
The sound on. I don't necessarily record it actually. But what do you mean?
For the Roll20.
Yeah, no, I can hear sound through it. It just sometimes the sound doesn't come
Look,
on.
you know what's interesting? Naka is still in Rule 20. I can see it.
So you'll be able. So the stream should be able to hear things from Roll20, but it won't be able to hear things. Oh no, it should. Sometimes Roll20 fucks up though, and it kind of like doesn't play all the.
Yeah. Good. Just that they're. Just wanted to make sure that everything was coming through on that.
Well,
Shall we give him? Well, that's just. Yeah, you moved with the sex.
If Nuka has actually been muted by Discord again, I'm gonna fucking die.
We have to go to Hangouts.
We're not using fucking Hangouts.
Alright, well, what are we gonna use?
We're fucking smoke
Skype.
signals. Smoke signals are just as good as fucking Google. God damn it.
I still got Skype.
Hey
Mumble.
guys, has anyone else got MSN? Yeah.
Do we want to wait around for fuck it? Let's just do. As Nucker's character is getting mauled to death by monster lizards. Let's continue with the rest of the room.
We'll assume that they're both just entranced with each other.
Yep, got some fucking Crocodile Dundee shit going on.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
do you want maybe to do
Yeah.
on the death thing?
I think for the time being, I think we'll just like delay that. Is that kind of the plan? Like that?
Yep, that is
Yeah,
that
cool.
that altercation is locked in fucking temporal stasis.
They're both just looking at each other, really confused.
You know, that's
Not even knows how to react.
it's
They
like
both...
you know the Chronicles of Riddick when the Riddick and that Hillbest look at each other.
Yeah, where he's just both are in each other's blind spots because of their fucking stupid heads.
Yeah.
That's not Chronicles of Riddick. That's Pitch Black. Get your shit together.
I think it's also in Riddick.
Yeah, there is
Which
the prison
part?
planet. The lava prison planet.
Unironically, this.
Oh,
these
the little
creatures do look-
the space dogs and the.
Oh yeah, it's also in Chronicles of Riddick as well.
Yeah.
That fucking bit gets repeated a lot.
It's a theme.
Was it an Escape from Butcher Bay?
Ree.
Anyway.
Oh no,
That's about
I think Nuka didn't get fully E'd. Anyway, just quickly, so
Yeah, he's back. But it looks things he's online at least.
Oh yeah.
so just quickly, can I if I just move in, what would I have to roll to check like how the trigger mechanism is actually working?
It'll be either an engineering to identify it or just a disabled device roll to try and deactivate it.
Right. Well, I mean, it's only going to spit out the front, right? So whoever that survivor is basically fucked. That's an 8 to Dex. I've already got disabled device on there. It should be a +8, assuming I've actually updated my macros.
No, that's enough. You simply reach it up to the hood of it, and where the markings form a U shape, you slip a knife in, and simply just place a very small pin in between two little working mechanisms, ensuring that the thing cannot fire its mechanism off. Thus, it can no longer project acid.
Is the acid just kind of like sitting in bottles, or is it like a little like a well at the bottom?
I'd assume
you have it disabled now. You may try and disassemble it if you wish.
I'm just curious to see what it looks like. Can I tell you from there? Is it just like a...
Yeah, I assume it has to be something pressurized, otherwise it will not be able to fire.
We'll check that out later when, the survivor may not just... Or I may not get burned by acid, so...
You do notice one thing, though, from here. The eyes of the serpent are these very brilliant-looking red gems.
On the statue?
Oh, so it's for scraping those out. That scraping sound.
No, I think it's when you try and move it.
Okay, so first
you
off,
notice
that
that
seems like entrapment to me.
Also, you notice one thing about the statue. This is not the original placement of the statue. The fixtures on the statue itself at the base do not conform to the floor. They're actually slightly concave.
Yeah, where has it been, like here?
By the looks of things, because you've managed to examine it so closely, you can tell that this statue was originally meant to be over here, on this raised plinth.
Oh, but it got shoved off and used to block the hole.
It was apparently moved in order to safeguard this entrance.
I'm going to steal the fucking gems out of those eyes.
Oh yeah, we're still in that.
Right. Do we want to do a little bit more of the old investigation around the room?
Yeah, I'm tempted to mess with the ritual shit if this was Enmund, but I don't know. Does Nira know, has this been a good thing or a bad thing? This ritual happening here?
As far as you can tell, the ritual has not actually been... It's been set up, but it's never been conducted.
Yeah,
you can try and if you try and search through the reagents being used, you can try and identify what kind of ritual was being performed. But what we have before you with the 4 stones in concert like this is a very simple ritual simply called to raise up the stones. It's a ritual it's used in a great number of different rituals. But it's got a number of connotations. It's very closely linked with dark tapestry magic.
That's bad magic, or just sounds
edgy? Dark tapestry is to do with space and stars.
Tell me, does this eastern pillar associate with lightning? Maybe because you said it's air and Aquarius.
Yeah, it's fairly well kept that the closest associated element to air is lightning. Similarly, the closest element to earth is acid.
I'll just blue screen 3 games in a row.
You're wondering where you were.
Yeah,
you might have got dankuled.
Or knuckered, because now that can be a term.
Why do you guys say dankulid instead of dunk?
In
getting dunked is a separate thing.
You've been dunked.
Dankulid is when they always shut it down.
Hey.
So hold on.
So, can I ask Rags if he can calm the creature so I can examine the thing of lighting, because it interests me. It's closest to my element.
Certainly. Which the one down south?
Yeah, the one closest to you. This one.
Oh, okay. I smell. Yeah, sure, absolutely. I slowly will approach the creature, and using my innate sense of animal charisma handling abilities, I will attempt to soothe the savage beast. So let me
Okay. The creature doesn't bristle when you approach it. You're not sure if it's awake or not.
Do other creatures
work.
react when Rags moves in?
Well, I'm still right here, and if it does start to stir, then will I be able to make another test if it starts to get agitated?
Yes.
All right.
But
So I'll hang
appear
out.
to.
All right, I'll hang out here just in case.
Yeah. Can I approach it from this end without falling into the pool of water?
You may attempt to, yes. It's a little bit narrow.
I can
It'll
move
be
for you.
It'll be a very simple check.
Of which dexterity?
It's simple acrobatics. It's a balance check. Yeah, with ease.
Yeah. I want to examine this thing the most close as I can to see does that react with my attunement to electricity and shit like that. So this is spellcraft, and this is arcana.
You have use magical devices, correct?
Yeah, but I have only one rank in that, so
It's enough. Roll one.
Natural 20 with this.
Okay, you know instinctively what this is. This is indeed a ritual circle to the outer void. It is a font of celestial magic.
Ooh.
And you know also what kind of ritual this is.
Tell me.
This is a ritual to create a magical reagent. It's known as
Jason Bourne.
It's called the Incense of Zakalba. It is the cornerstone of all what's called celestial magic. Celestials are somewhat of a misnomer. It is referred to as such because of its relation to the stars. However, it's an imprecise magical science. It's not widely practiced because of what it does in conjunction with certain compounds within the actual normal real world. For instance, a botched ritual of celestial magic might lead to the soil becoming sour, and crops will not grow there, and in extreme cases, the dead buried there will rise as undead.
So basically, the corruption outside is mostly sourced to this place.
Yes. That would be in line with celestial magic. It appears as though someone has been conducting probably not rituals at this exact location. You expect that these pillars, as large as they might be, have been moved multiple times, each time to a different location, and used so often and with such frivolousness that they've burned out the other locations, thus causing the amount of flux and spellblight on the ground above.
Is there a simple way to reverse this thing, or would it just be very complicated for somebody?
Removing flux is incredibly intricate, especially flux caused by celestial magic. That's why it's not very often used. But of more pressing concern to you is that when this kind of magic is used, how it reacts with the water.
How does it react?
You are not intimately familiar with what it does with water, but whenever you learned about it in your studies, it was simply said, never use celestial magic in close proximity to water. Indeed, someone using celestial magic often has a higher sensitivity to the presence of water on an instinctive level.
So those fish people, you said they were like semi-undead?
Yes, they were creatures corrupted into an undead state. Or undead-like state, I should say.
This might be the source of that.
Is there like a way to shut this thing down, or would it like backfire? Just tear the place apart.
The problem is that the ritual, by the looks of things, has already been somewhat charged. The preparations are complete. Moving it now without very careful precautions could cause the ritual to activate prematurely and fail.
And boom.
Yes, and what you don't know what happens when a celestial spell of this kind backfires because you simply don't have much experience with it.
Yeah, I whisper all this silently to Rags in simple possible terms. This was a ritual place that corrupted the land above and probably the fish people below. We cannot shut it down easily, nor we can do anything to undo it. Not with our experience.
Hold on. So I remember you mentioned about acid. Sorry. So Earth is on the left-hand side, right?
On the
Each of the pillars is charged with a different element, and then inscribed with a sigil relating to a sign, which is a different element to the one on actually imbued on the star.
Oh, right. So because obviously you said wind, and then you said that was linked to lightning.
Yes.
You said earth that was linked to acid. Fire.
Earth is in terms of the elemental damage
type. It would be acid.
Yeah.
So
Earth is acid. Air is lightning. Fire and water are
what they are.
Fire and cold, respectively.
Cold. Right. Got it.
So we have 2 heats and 2 colds, yes?
Sorry?
Yeah, I'm going to draw a little on the sheet. Let me see if I can get it right. So we have a little bit of earth here.
And that is acid.
Yeah, that is also acid. We have water over here.
Which is cold.
Yep. We have lightning in this corner. I'm not drawing it 2 times. We are not getting S-test over here.
Oh.
And we have a little bit of fire over here. So this is like the elements. Is it safe to assume if you place the elements near their pillars, would that activate them? Like if we light a little fire, if we get a little air and we get a little bit of water, in each of their respective pillars, would that be somewhat triggering?
The pillars are less used to accumulate mana of that within themselves. Think of them more this way: the way they interact with one another, the way they cross over with one another, acts like a net, which accumulates that kind of mana inside the circle.
So you want to burn it in fire?
Yes, it's to trap the various elements interconnect. So the fire-related pillar links to this fire-related sigil, which is across from one another, and so on and so forth until there's this vast network of interlocking threads which traps the mana above the flames, where it can be used to react with the reagents within the flames. When you look at this place if you look at it carefully with detect magic, you notice it's just this massive interlocking web.
It looks like the alternative influencer.
Dude, I'm making a fucking netcast. There will be no happy windmills here. Delete this.
There's a little V somewhere in there. Oh,
I will supply a fucking.
he would supply it.
I'll supply a not so happy windmill. Jesus.
Just draw it the other way around. Just do what I did and draw it wonky. You'll be alright.
Okay, my second question. What knowledge do I have to roll? Like, if it's associated, is like possible to unlock it thread by thread, or just like reroute it to the walls and other places until it can be like gently shut down?
The easiest way to deal with it would be to discharge it, to successfully perform the ritual. That's the safest method.
Basically, to create more of this reagents. Is that how is it?
The reagents are the things you use. I think.
Yeah. Can I take a look at the reagents that were made?
Certainly. You can identify it with Knowledge Arcana or with Alchemy. Alchemy would be an easier roll.
I don't have Alchemy unless we got a level in that. So let me just say Arcana. Well, since Duck is not here and he's always a resident alchemist. 22 on Arcana.
Okay, you know what this is. As mentioned, you reckon this is a ritual known as to compound the incense of Zakalba. What's inside the bag is a green glass bottle, and it's stoppered with a brazen stopper, and has been inscribed with two symbols relating to Mars and Saturn, which are planets in another solar system from this one.
Oh yeah,
they're well known in certain circles, shall we say, because knowledge of
galaxy
other
far away.
knowledge of Earth on a prime plane, it's a bit more widespread these days. It's a science unto itself. It's similar to astrophysics. But regardless, the chemicals within it's a fine powder of equal parts of myrrh, civet, storax, wormwood, asafoetida, galbanum, and musk, which for the most part are very potent, like incenses.
You could say that.
And all of them are mixed together and ground to a very fine powder, as in ground as to fine a powder as is possible.
So they have not been transformed yet in the ritual.
No.
So putting them back into the fire and activating the ritual would be like the safest way.
Yes, but
Maybe we should see if there's something inside the chest that's particularly useful.
Yeah. Is it possible the chest is behind the creature? Yes.
Yes, there is. In addition to various objects, like there is a. Hang on. There is a barrel here, but there is also a chest here.
Okay, Rex, do you want to try your amazing animal care and just gently have them not attack us as we rummage through this shit?
Well, it's idle now, but I'm here if it gets excited.
Yeah, but there is two more here. Like, do you want to do the Jurassic Park when the guy is against the three raptors?
Well, here's what I'm thinking. I don't know why don't bother with the two down below. Just go like between the pillar and the creature, or go around it.
Yeah, can I try to get to the chest from here?
Yes, you may. You can maneuver around fairly easily.
Yeah, it's not.
I'll just can I try to open the chest? Just drag it a bit up so it's not this close.
Oh, the chest is very firmly secured to the floor.
Oh.
You suspect by magical means.
Okay, so I rolled quite well on the chest, I think. Do I know how to disable it?
Okay. The this is the one sealed with the sign of Kuf.
Yeah.
The easiest way to open it is, well, the two main ways. The one way is to sever its ties to the area around it. There are 4 threads of magic fixing it to the wall. Above it, there is a 5th underneath it, running from the forward left corner to the center of the structure. And there is the final 6th line of magic is running from the rear. It's basically running along the seam of the lid, from the back and middle, around and to the front where the lock is. The lock here takes the form of a very intricately carved brazen eye.
Hello, Sauron. Is that you? So can I start with the first 4 tied to the wall? You said that, are they related to the elements? Do they feel like?
Yes. You roll well enough to know offhand. Each of the 4 lines attaching it above the actual chest are each connected to the elements. Yes.
Can I determine which element here, or can just take a bit of dirt and what did this say? North and rub in the north side of the chest, I assume.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Introducing Earth to the various. You can see using a magical sight where the different lines of magic connect. Merely introducing soil is doing nothing.
Mm-hmm. And what about on the side with the air? What if you just cast the tiniest of jolts from my attack? Just, the littlest of ones.
Okay. As you run down between all 4 of them, eventually one of them crackles and glows a dim blue before snapping very abruptly, like a string on a mandolin.
Okay, that was the lightning one, yes?
Yes.
So, we don't have as much magic as we think we can use for here.
So, is it just the plan that we're just going to chuck all the shit that we need to in the fire at the middle, and then just play it by ear?
Well, what if the ritual was to fail catastrophically?
Be a bit of a laugh.
Well, we can start re-rolling in that case.
Well,
no,
I'll start leaving the room. That's the important thing.
That's the thing. What if we purposefully made the ritual fail in a catastrophically horrible manner as we were leaving, getting out of this cave?
It would probably fuck up the environment, like, horribly.
Maybe.
On the upside, look how bad it is now.
And who cares about the environment? Frankly, that's for gays and hippies.
Fuck the trees!
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Aiden's not dead.
also for lawful good people, probably, as well.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
it was
literally my desire not to fuck up environment, just to try to shut this thing down.
We don't know how. I mean, to say it would fuck up all the environment is I don't know how we determined that.
Well, it's happened around it, and Bill said that. So I'm gonna.
How far is around?
It's like certain areas. I don't actually know how. I guess the local area of where the pillars are, I guess, would be a rough guess. Because
if this thing collapsed onto itself, essentially, I imagine that it would be nullified in some way, and nature would take its course again.
Yeah, let me get you the sign of cop for actual reference.
Well, basically, Nira is like, giving her opinion. I think we can shut it down, but we'll have to be
All
very
right.
careful. So
Sure.
she basically looks at you as the closest thing we have to a law representative.
Yeah. Well, let's do this the best way that we can. Absolutely.
Okay, I'll try to use a Bill. You remember how you can use a ray of frost just gently to make ice cream? Can you use that? Here on the side that's with the cold. To unlock one more string.
You may. And okay, if the sign of Koth is to
I think water.
be in effect similar to a hand, the lightning is the second from the right, the middle right, and you're going with the ice. That would be the rightmost. The threads is snapped, so both threads on the right side are snapped now.
Do you want me to go grab some of the acid?
Yeah, if you can grab the acid.
Right, and I reckon you probably want to get some fire using the firewood, and I don't know whether the fire in the middle is actually like embers or anything. Or anyone's bought anything like a flint and steel.
I think we should try to make it as magical as possible, so I'm going to use Mage Hand to levitate that, to pretend it's magical, if nothing else. Because rubbing earth just does nothing.
Okay, if you look to the handouts, you'll find the sign of Koth.
Okay. If I look, I find the sign of Koth where?
In the handout section underneath the characters.
Sorry.
Please ignore how malicious it looks. That's just how magic
I'll give
works
you some.
sometimes.
Cough. Where's Cough?
I see it. So the two on the
sorry.
right
I had to be
are
able to
disabled. Sorry, Bill. The two on the right are disabled.
Yes.
Yeah. Two on the left.
Remain.
I'm going to try to find the one. We cannot disable the earth one, no?
No.
What if I try to levitate a piece of earth and just rub it around to, like, make it pretend it's earth magic, even if it's just.
You may attempt it.
There you go.
Roll me a UMD check.
UMD.
Okay, that'll probably work.
What is the?
You've rolled so far. You've rolled very well so far, so it's be quite easy.
Sorry, UMD.
Use magical device.
Use magic device. Sorry.
Jingji, this is horrible itching feeling at the back of your skull.
This would not happen if you were a wizard.
It wouldn't have happened. Actually, I was about to ask, if with all this magical shit going on, is my stave reacting to it in any way, or?
It's no. As you look at it, it's got this very bizarre kind of shimmer along the surface, like someone's freshly applied oil to it.
Hmm.
It's getting lived up. Got it.
Keep that stick. So we have to. I guess we have to eat something.
If we have to yeet the right out, we'll power pull extend out of here. I mean,
Yeah.
But I guess
15
what-
on the the magical device.
could I also do a perception to try and see if I know anything about what I'm experiencing, or would it be perception, or maybe
It would be probably perception. A will save would also be acceptable.
okay. What would make more sense then? I'll just do perception because I think that makes the most sense.
Oh, Bill, when this is happening, before I go for this roll to apply Earth, can I silently apply resistance to myself of +1? The cantrip.
Certainly.
Yeah, I'll just to have that in
Okay.
prepare.
Jingji, this is that same horrid sensation you felt back in your youth when your father would conduct rituals in his own manse.
Fucking old man. Can't escape.
In other
from
words, this is gay spastic wizard talk.
Gee.
Oh, wait, you've already done the ice one. The only thing we have left is earth and fire.
I'm trying to do earth now.
water.
So
You flick the piece of stone towards both of the ley lines. You don't manage to snap them, but the middle left line glows a dim green.
Are we going to summon Captain Planet?
Sadly, no.
Damn it.
Unless you want to try and improvise.
Do you want
Well,
me
we
to...
need to throw heart in there.
I'm sure someone can spare one.
Someone's got a heart they can just literally throw in the center.
we
Just
have
summon Captain Planet.
a sunskin who's not needed anymore.
Oh my god, that actually, like, tearing someone's heart out, we're doing a meme, but actually it's happening.
It's happening.
It's happening! Right, so I'm gonna get
Execute
the...
order to rip out somebody's heart to try and summon Captain Planet.
I'm gonna harvest the acid from the statue. What kind of rolls would I need to do to like look at it and guess it?
Disable device
Alright,
to extract it. Because this can be tricky.
Please don't roll a 1. Please don't roll a 1. Oh.
Okay. You managed to get some, not enough to be an actual like furrable flask's worth, but enough to get you where you're going.
Brit. So I'm gonna make my way over to... Is this water? Sorry, this kind of sparkling water over here. Is it just like normal
magical?
water? Because I don't want any shit on me.
Which water are you referring to? By
The
way?
one,
Just check.
sorry, the one I'm just walking in front of. I realise you can't actually see that. This one just here.
Okay. It's about 2 foot deep.
Shit, I can drown
It
in
appears to
that.
be regular. It appears to be completely regular water, as far as you can tell.
What about the other water?
The other water goes down about 30 feet, then turns off into 3 separate passages.
What?
Well, we are not going that way, boys. Does any of those waters seem magical in some way, or just all regular water?
They don't appear to be magically charged beyond being in proximity to a ley line.
Is the fire on?
The fire
fire
is
pit.
it's embers, but it's still somewhat lit.
Alright, we can just chuck a bit of wood on it then. Right.
Yeah, that's lit, fam.
Yee fam. Yeah, so I'll just make my run around to rich list.
I'll just also gently try to apply acid on the thing where it's glowing green, the same way.
Okay. Upon being touched by the acid, the line of magic snaps.
Right, we just need a bit of fire now.
Can you just gently give us the fucking the little bit of ember?
Yeah, give me a second. Let me just grab a bit of wood and jab it in the fucking fire. Is there like a small bit of wood in the wood pile, like a splint?
Oh,
like
just take your knife and like on the tip of the knife, just pick up a little bit of ember.
I don't think a goblin knife could survive ember. I feel like I think like it may explode.
I give you my dagger for this purpose.
Oh well, I hope you don't want it back. Okay, so
Yeah, I do want.
An ember. Wait, is this for the acid?
No, it's
well, no.
fire.
Okay, here's my logic, Richard. If or near it, right? If we jab the wood in, it can get a bit of fire on it.
Okay, we can try that.
Right. So you know what? Can I just get like a bit of wood off of this, like a I don't know, like a not even a stick, just a bit, like a big splinter.
Oh, there's a pile of kindling, if it's any use to you.
Sweet. I'm gonna do some Bear Grylls shit. Right. So I'll just
Lean back
I'll
and
just
piss into your own mouth.
yeah. Don't worry. I got this. Done.
Do you even have to lean for that?
Nope. I just have to drink enough water. Right, so...
My computer's been really spastic at the moment. I'm going to have to fucking about. I'm going to try and get back there, but I'm just going to fucking run a few things and try and figure out why it's...
It's we have you in a staring contest with these things, so at the moment you're.
That's fine. Fucking, it's not any use outside of punching things and swinging the ankle at them and beating up Aiden. And I'll try and get back shortly. How long it'll take.
Okay.
Okay, cool, man.
Sorry, everybody.
It's okay.
Wow,
You said
476.
Aiden, now's your chance. Don't want to.
Damn.
Finally,
if you-
finally, I'm free. I'm
you
free of
could-
the fucking giant ogre.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna jab a bit of the kindling, like like I don't know, like what I mean, like not a full bit of wood, but jab a bit in
Stick.
and see if I can get it going.
Okay. Yep. It lights up very easily.
Right, sweet.
In fact,
So,
as soon as you touch the kindling to the wood, it bursts into flames.
well, I'm gonna make my way back carefully to Richard. Wait, which one? Yeah, I can fit through that. I'm like a midget, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Just come this way here,
Yeah.
and I'll gently take it over and
Take of the fire.
levitate it around.
As you pass by, you know the creatures don't really have eyes, but you swear that the lizard is eyeing you in a very disquietingly happy manner.
Ayo fam has it rocking.
I'll be here in a second. Just sorry, one thing in real life.
I'll unironically backflip out. That is my plan. I'm gonna backflip out, do some stealth, and then continue to run away.
So where'd Nuka go?
It tracks you really closely.
I'm back.
Nuka's having the technical issues.
Uh-huh.
It turned out he had no problems with Fallout 76, but apparently his computer just wants to kill itself.
I guess.
If I'd played Fallout 76 for that long, I would have killed myself
Not
too.
even fucking good. I was about to say that game's trash. Don't know why.
He's the only one I know who's enjoying it.
I know. I think he is.
Him,
the
Stu,
only
and
one I know.
Mega Saber. Yeah, I'm calling out Stu and Mega Saber as well. You'll know
From
who
what I
you
can
are.
tell, I think it's
You know
it's
what you
still
did.
like I think it's still
Nuka,
the
the ride
expectations and
never
stuff.
ends. Apparently, Nuka's little escapade is not going fantastically.
So after we approach the fire to the,
With a prod of a flame, it snaps.
so that's 4 out of 6. What was the last two? The eye and the thing at the bottom.
Yes.
What's the thing at the bottom? Can I discern it?
The thing at the bottom, when the sign of Koth is made as a gesture, it roughly translates to the thumb. In this case, it represents void,
It's the only one vacuum cleaner.
ether.
Alright.
Now,
It's
how
most,
the fire?
it's most promptly related to the brain, or like thought.
Big
Smash your
brain
head against
energy.
it.
Big brain energy.
It has to be. Sure, roll me a knowledge arcana. That's easily enough. Ether is the stuff of untyped generalist school magic. So any ability that would conjure up an elementless effect will be enough. It just requires raw, untyped magical power.
I use Mage Hand to on the signal itself.
Give it a high five.
Okay. As if you were using your own grasp to snap a thumb, it gives away and cracks. Falls away. All that remains is the symbol that is sealing the actual chest shut.
Melon.
You know what I do? I look intensely at the eye, intensely, and I use detect magic as I'm looking back at the eye.
The eye blinks and unlocks.
Ha. You lost the blinking game. Oh fuck.
And I'm drawing the eye on the chest. It's so horrifying looking. The more I draw it.
Don't worry, I for once I'm actually keeping notes because this is really fucking hard to track. You've got some weird hand-looking motherfucker. Right. Is the chest
Okay,
open?
is the chest open? Yeah.
Yes, the chest is unlocked and unfixed from the wall.
Does it look heavy?
It would be heavy for the creatures that live down here. You suspect that this thing was dragged down here, judging by the scuff marks on the underside. Probably by the creatures in the room with you now.
Is it safe to assume moving it around would be not good?
Well, you suspect that they may not react as kindly.
How would they react if I move my hand toward the lid?
The more dog-like monitor lizard creatures, they don't react at all. The large blue, more serpentine creatures, the ones that actually have vestigial, but their eyes, you can see their mouth slightly gape, and this thick, acrid, vaporous, malaise just erupts, just very gently out of their mouths. You can see their eyes now very closely following your movements. No matter where you are, no matter where you kind of shift and move, their eyes are always on you. They don't seem to actually be seeing anything. They're
Every
very
move
clearly
you make?
blind.
Every step you take.
Oh, they're fucking daredevil shits.
The shits. Is it possible? How difficult would it be to almost silently move the chest, without making a sound?
It would require 2 people or one very, very strong one.
I'm not helping, mate. I'm literally going to be a detriment.
This chest weighs about 80 pounds.
Let's see how much I can lift. Oh, I can lift light of 74 pounds, or medium of 116 pounds. I can actually lift quite a lot without, I think, without any checks, except maybe stealth.
So the chest is open, right?
Yep, chest is
Has
open.
it lifted open, or is just the shutters open?
When the eye blinked and it unlocked, there's kind of a clack, and the actual seal on it lifted up slightly by about an inch.
Yeah, does it look? It feel creak and make sound as we lift the lid?
All the fittings are bronze, but they're very well kept.
What could I roll to check if it's trapped?
Roll me perception.
Yep, cool.
See, kids, they're learning.
Here's perception.
Okay. Let me just check my notes very, very quickly.
I have 8 HP at max. I'd learn. I have to learn.
There's a very odd odor about it. Kind of like smoke and incense.
Does it look?
There's a very strange underpinning scent. Kind of slightly acid, but very sweet. Almost like rotten meat.
Do you reckon when you open it,
Can
they all get fucking
you
hyped
guess?
as shit?
Can you guess what it's rotten meat? Komodo dragons. Can you guess what looks like Komodo dragons? Is it possible to snuff out the smell with something? Can I use my knowledge as a chef to mask the scent?
Roll me knowledge arcana. Just tell you, okay.
22.
What cantrips do you have?
Cantrips. I have currently, unless I leveled up, I have Detect Magic, Resistance,
I can trip people.
Mage Hand, Jolt, and Read Magic and Ray of Frost, but only in a non-attack environment.
The most common method to scrub scent is a spell known as Prestidigitation, which will allow you to completely nullify the smell.
Can I use it in this situation because I don't have it?
If you have it, you may use it.
I don't have it.
unfortunately, that's a no-go. You could attempt to mask the smell with something quite sharp. Any kind of thing citrus or similar, any kind of strong, pungent smell.
Sadly, I don't have my cooking equipment at hand. Can I use my knowledge as a chef to see
Yes,
something
you may.
nearby? 20.
Okay. The tonic wine from upstairs would be enough to drown out every smell in this room.
I've got 2 bottles on me.
Time to pour it, boys. Which
Where do
do
you
you
want
assume is the safest to pour around the chest?
Just pour it in,
Yeah.
I imagine.
Well, tell you what. Can I here? Just take one of the bottles and pour it where you need to.
Yeah, I'm asking Bill as a GM. Does my knowledge like everywhere?
Do you know just to hold your thumb over the lid and just kind of sprinkle it around like you would a spurgulum full of holy water?
Yeah,
It's only going to take a little bit. I'll get my bottle back. Hooray!
Yeah. It's like you've lost like maybe a shot's worth.
Oh, okay.
Pour one
The
out.
creatures start like reacting very oddly, like they're actively shuffling away from the smell. Especially the bluish serpentine creatures, they are profoundly uncomfortable in the presence of this stuff. One of them actually backs up onto the curtain beside it. And as it kind of like leans back, you notice something odd. Roll me a perception check, please.
Mud would be happy to sit, or just me?
Everyone.
I guess I'll do it. Yep.
Pour one. Oh shit! Fair enough.
Okay. Everyone who got a 20 or more. This is what you know. There is something behind that curtain. It's not just a wall.
This is where it turns out the both of them are connected.
Yeah. So
The 2 serpentine creatures are guarding the curtain, seemingly for this reason.
They're guarding a curtain. They must be gay.
So, Mud, do you want to try your famous stealth check to look around?
What happens if you cover yourself in the shit they don't like the smell of?
Well, I assume they can detect you more easily, or just...
Well, if you back them into a corner,
That's interesting. Okay, well, I mean, if we've pushed them away from the chest, yeet the chest open, I guess, is the current plan. That could backfire very horribly, so I will roll that famous stealth. Go ahead.
Yeah, so what did he say? We are opening the chest on the spot, gently.
Yep.
Okay.
Very gently.
Inside the chest. After a puff of dust that you immediately notice, that's just regular powdered chalk.
Yep.
Someone's
Doesn't
gym.
do anything else. It really seems like someone's trying to make a trap seem more dangerous than it actually was. In the case. Within, you find a number of very carefully organized boxes. Like little drawers and subdivisions.
Is there any description paper with them?
Each are marked with their alchemical symbols. But you recognize the smells. The myrrh, the civet, the storax, the wormwood, etc.
So basically, the storage for what was
Yes.
in the
baby Jesus.
Furthermore, you find a long, about 3 foot long wooden case, a very heavy looking tome, and what appears to be a little box within which is contained several volumes of professionally bound books.
Ooh.
In a very the books are bound in a very simplistic, clear style, much different from the larger tome, which is in handwritten archaic flowing cursive script.
Do I can maybe read like the first page? Maybe is there like the name of the author?
Would that be the larger tome, or would that be the smaller ones?
The larger one. Basically, I want to see, is there like the first page and like the last entry? Do we know the fate of whoever wrote this tome, which I can assume is a journal?
Okay. The tome is... Okay, who here speaks Draconic?
Hey, it's me.
I barely speak English.
Okay,
to get nice
you know
one.
what this is. Then you can read it right off the bat. It says simply on the front, Al-Azif. If you would like to roll a knowledge history, or arcana, or religion.
Wait, Al-Azif?
I whisper to everybody else, do Al-Azif, does the name ring a bell?
Oh yeah, I went to he was my college roommate.
Yeah,
Good all out.
15 on knowledge arcana.
Al-Azif is a Kardirian word. Roughly translates to the howls of demons. It actually refers to the sounds that insects make in the desert. But it's always said that it's the demons out in the desert shrieking.
Mm-hmm.
Well, ain't that nice?
So basically,
A rough common translation with the intent intact would translate to "Hell is that? What the hell is that noise?"
He wrote.
Do
he wrote
I
that
hear any noise?
And it doesn't make any noise when you open it. It's all expertly penned.
Okay, can you look at the last entry?
Okay. You notice that this page has been added in. Like, there are multiple pages here that have been added in since the book was bound. The older pages are all fairly... They're well written, but there's no technical details. There's no diagrams. There are runes that are very clearly missing. Like, this is a draconic translation, but it's not complete. But some things have been added back in. The most recent entry is apparently taken from another book entirely. It details a work of intentionally corrupting holy water.
Turning it into water.
Yeah.
Worse. There's a lot of details that are written in a... It doesn't even look like an alchemical... It looks closer to an alchemical shorthand, or perhaps even a military shorthand.
They're weaponizing holy water.
Weaponized water, god damn it.
Yeah.
You notice that the symbols on...
chemicals in the water.
Some of the
What will
symbols
they think of next?
on this diagram correspond to symbols that are found on the cover of the smaller, more professionally bound tomes.
So that references.
Yeah. Can I just take a quick look? I'm not trying.
Yep. Looking on the cover of the other ones, it's a very neatly kept military-style manual.
Is it also draconic?
No. This is written in a... It's not quite common. It's essentially equivalent of thieves' cant for mages. It's a simple shorthand. It translated roughly reads Military Handbook for Ethical Demon Summoning, Edition 2 Revised.
Well, no, it's ethical.
Yeah, well, it does say ethical, so I think our job here's done, boys.
If you check the interior page, it reads, for certified combat mages and demiurgic warfare specialists only, this handbook has been approved by the Bureau of Defense.
Bureau of Defense of what?
You got a license for that necromancy, mate?
Yeah, apparently so, yeah.
Can anybody roll knowledge on the Bureau of Defense or whatever?
Well, I have knowledge nobility. Would that apply to...
Yes, it is a...
Yeah, because the government nobility are often...
Yeah, government... Yeah, it's to play the two.
Fucking
So,
demon
that's
sticks to
what
kids. Oh.
I just don't know anything, I guess, today.
Knowledge local be any way useful?
The closest thing you've heard of to the Bureau of Defense is the Ministry of War. That's only in Taldor.
Yeah, no idea. Knowledge local, maybe.
Yeah, I'll give it knowledge local.
Yeah, give it as well.
Oh, well, no bother.
Oh shit, son.
Okay.
There is a local department.
Okay, Ministry of Defense, you don't know of any municipalities that use that terminology? Or then there's certainly no fixtures like that in the Ustalavi government. They still have a warlord. But you know that there are other countries that have much more advanced forms of government, that are much more intricate. And you suspect this is a foreign book on the subject, which would also explain the vernacular. Because this is not pure common. It's only your knowledge of linguistics that allow you to translate it. Albeit trivially easy.
So,
but this is definitely you would suspect this is more akin to a country more acquainted with, shall we say, ethical demon summoning, as the book puts it.
Kyriax. Does it has?
It is definitely in the style of a Chelish book. It's all very richly bound in charcoal greys and reds. Everything is very runic.
If we just give the demons the weapons, we won't have to deal with the problems anymore. It'd be great. Why backfire?
Fast and the Furious.
This is actually written out fairly simply. You can read it if you wish.
Yeah. Is there like abridged version somewhere on the
Yes,
site?
I shall keep it concise for you. Okay. This is specific to celestial magic.
Yeah, did you put it maybe in the...
Okay. Here, I'll just give you some short excerpts. Forward. Magicians tend to develop a heightened awareness, if not fear, of the presence of water in the vicinity when practicing magic. This worry is not unfounded. 6% of mages annually are drowned or injured due to transaquatic demon contamination. However, as this handbook will show, with training and caution, a seasoned mage can muster his adverse properties of magic on pure application upon the battlefield. There is then a very intricate diagram showing a test tube in various stages of corruption. The first notes 10 milliliters of water, no magical exposure. The second is a fairly brackish, like this flecks of dust and ash within it. 2 seconds after exposure, solution darkens into particulate forms. The third symbol looks like it's festooned with red glowing roots. 12 seconds after magical exposure, depth of solution becomes infinite due to Laplace's paradox.
Is that how it works?
2 minutes after exposure, solution is at boil. Demons will begin forming complex bodies. 45 minutes after exposure, demons disperse due to lack of energy source. It's a fairly brackish. It's very similar to the water you saw within the well that was flooded with sewage.
Or was that upstairs?
Yes, that was upstairs.
Is there like reverse of this thing? Put brakes on it. Instruction.
There's nothing mentioned about that. There is mention of something called Faustian burn, but some of the pages are quite badly damaged.
Is there anything on this recent ritual, like the thing that was supposed to happen here? Is there like
say
the
Faustian?
Yep, Faustian burn.
As we all know, Uncle Faust really like demon summoning and shit.
You know, Faust is a character who made a pact with the devil, you know.
Yeah, I know.
I thought he just had a snazzy hat, but okay.
Well, he might have. I mean, you could have a snazzy hat and also...
Don't we all wish we had one, to be honest?
I've included a diagram.
I swear to God, if he doesn't have a white cowboy hat, I'm going to be so pissed.
Serious note. Well, that's that's
You
lovely.
know, I'll tell you what. That's these are helpful diagrams. You know, you never know.
How to sell your soul to the devil.
Bill, just breaking character a bit. Was it like you found this? You're like, this shit's pretty good actually. I can use this.
It was the most robust systems of magic I could find.
So basically, my question is: can we use this thing, this boiling, to basically summon all the energies and boil them away after
Oh yeah, the book actually, the first tome denotes the actual ritual. It includes the words required.
required? So does that references to this place? Like, can we summon demons into this shallow pool and just transfer all the energy?
And
Stored
farm them
inside
for
and just-
XP.
Yeah, basically we're gonna we're gonna do ethical demon summoning to dispel the energy.
I don't know how I feel about that actually.
No, I'm not even planning on doing it. Just wonder, is that a possible way, like the last resort?
Okay, I will now include I'm uploading a note of the chant and the locations at which it must be chanted. I will not require you as players to pronounce this, because good God, it would be nearly impossible.
Don't worry, I'm dyslexic. I got this.
Oh, you got no chance. This looks like it was written by a dyslexic. But it will require, unless you were a seasoned ritualist.
Haha.
I roll my eyes instinctively upon saying that out loud. You require 4 people chanting in unison to perform.
Oh, like the village people.
Oh,
Hey, can
I
you
say that, but there were six village people, so it didn't.
Okay, before we do any of this, Mud, can you in any way just see what's behind there? Is it possible to discern?
yeah, I'm
can
assuming
you-
I'm done.
Can you use the detect magic first to see if there's anything behind there?
Your detect magic terminates at the curtain.
Oh shit! It's an anti-magic curtain, right? I'm gonna
Kill
try. So I'm in stealth, right? Just want to clarify.
Mm-hmm.
Cool beans.
Don't trip on anything. Remember, this place is rigged.
So I'm just gonna make my way to like what I would say the center of the curtain, but I can't kind of fit the center of the curtain. So I'm gonna have to take the risk and place myself there.
Can I cast +1 resist on Mud before he goes there?
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Yeah, you have +1.
It becomes apparent with proximity to these creatures, the smell. It only travels a short distance away from them, but the smell of these creatures is indescribable.
Indescribably good or indescribably bad?
Bad. Very bad.
Okay.
Gonna
They smell-
bad.
The closest I could put into words, a mix of rotten meat, like petroleum, and that smell you get from rotten celery.
Smells like what Nuka drinks, to be honest. So,
Yeah, pretty much.
or fuck, I should say.
Don't,
can I snip?
don't.
No, I know what you're saying.
Well, actually, to be fair, it's true for both, so I think we're all right.
Don't
Fox not
fart.
old enough to drink.
Is anyone going to challenge him on it? That's the question.
People have in the past.
Who's going to ID him? That's the real.
I think that's how the priest incident occurred.
He was like, "Wait, you're that young?" Right. So, can I kind of poke my head under the curtain, see what's going on?
You immediately regret your decision.
Lovely.
Oh, lovely.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you to the other side of the curtain. For this short moment, I am forbidding the other players to view the stream, which is obviously going to be the people who see this.
All right, I'm not even watching the stream, so
I'm not watching. Just
Okay.
can we look at roll 20?
No.
All right, I'll go back to my grinder profile.
Right.
Okay. Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, there's no stairs right down
And
back here.
there we go. Is it everything you imagined, Matt?
I just wanted to find shit to loot. I want to go home.
roll to hold steady. In this case, which would be a will save.
Oh,
+1, Matt. You have +1.
+1 to a will. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's kind of the back of my head now. Oh, damn, fucking Sam's
Bill, is that
down,
one of
motherfucker.
the images I used?
Where it's a +4. I've got okay, so +4. Give me a second. Is that a +1 to will saves as well from ritualist or?
Yes, for this first check.
Cool beans.
Enjoy that +1 because you could probably need it.
I'm a run. I'm just gonna call it like that's.
You managed to stop yourself from screaming, but you're not feeling great. You feel physically ill from what you've seen.
Bill, question: is that one of the images I drew for you?
No,
it was worse.
No. Shit, dude, we're about to get some Megalovania times. I'm not up for this. Oh jeez. Okay.
Do you want to relay to us quietly? Just walk back gently and like guys.
I'm gonna say, unless you're a fan of largish skeletons, fucking yeet. That's gonna be my class analysis. I'm gone. This shit's probably double, like quadruple the size I can even imagine. So like, can I move away? Can I just? I'm assuming it's gonna just yeet me out of the curtain, but can I just, move away?
Whatever it is, does it even?
Okay, Ossis, Mud. The moment you put your head through there, you could feel it looking directly at you. It wasn't moving. It wasn't starting to look at you, but there was something deep and instinctual that it was looking directly
Did it have
at
one
you.
big blue glowing eye? It was like.
If that sounds Undertale, I'm going to and my person.
It's
So
not
how'd
Sans
your,
Undertale, but it's
how'd your
my way
excursion
of
go?
coping with this. Just jeez. Oh
Feel all right?
no.
No.
Can I quite calmly move the fuck away?
I'm not sure how calmly you can do it, but you can certainly move away.
I'm gonna fucking run. I don't give a shit. Oh, I want to not be near anything. Goodbye.
What the fuck just happened?
Nope.
So what you just witnessed was your rogue goes sneaking off to go loot shit, takes one look under the curtain, and you see him running the opposite direction, going.
Oh,
So I
Jesus
think
Christ.
we're owed an explanation.
I think we're owed a lot of explanations.
I think I'm owed an explanation, mate. Let's be real.
What was behind the
okay.
curtain?
Have you guys watched the Animu
Okay,
Overlord?
I'm going to say you have to do this in character.
Okay. So you know how like Thok is really big.
Yeah.
Now imagine
Yeah.
something even bigger than that, and a giant skeleton.
There's a
So
giant
there's
skeleton
something-
behind the magic curtain.
I'm not talking like, woo, like human skeleton. I'm talking. I think it has bones that it isn't even connected to itself.
We
It just
talking
has them.
big as an Allosaurus or a giant or a.
We're like so big, right? It's like quadruple your size.
Is 4 times as big as I am.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. How many people do we have out of commission? Just one right now? I mean,
He's still looking at that dumb-looking lizard dog.
There's 4 of us.
The question is,
really?
There is also 4 of lizards.
listen, that's not the question. The question is, if that big fucker is somehow even in charge of any of these fuckers, it means that it is not just fucking huge and therefore strong. It is then also gonna be fucking magically inclined, and I do not want to deal with this. Can we get another dog, please?
Yes, somehow I have the same feeling. Can I gently move the chest, the content of the chest, without moving the chest, so less noise?
Yes, you may.
Yes.
There's a very odd rattling noise as you move the long, case. And you notice it's got a carrying handle.
A what?
It has a carrying handle.
They're porky.
Bit too broad for that.
It's a really big porky. Got it.
Is carrying candle magical?
Do you actually want to have a look inside what that is?
Well, from what it clearly has you. You look a little skittish.
I don't know. I'm talking about the pole. I'm just like all that shit's just suppressing. It's going with all my dead family. All that's just all going just nice and little space.
What?
I suggest we listen to a resident rogue who has seen some shit in his life.
All right.
I heard that this thing is not to be fucked around. So let's gently pick up the books and.
Oh yeah,
and the alchemical things, and just gently backtrack back. Can we do that?
All right. If you think it's too tough for us, we can leave. I don't imagine it's going anywhere.
I pray to whatever the equivalent of a goblin god is, that it doesn't follow us.
Probably Grunch.
The god of rape.
Oh, I am gonna roll it. I didn't really inherit.
I'm gonna rape it.
What's the goblin deity from anything like?
I think there's King Gobbo, who is just
King Gobbo.
Oh yeah, goblins don't have regular gods; they have hero gods,
which are basically goblins that haven't died yet.
Yeah, pretty much.
You can just hear the goblins say, "Yes."
They all work for Asmodeus, and they're all the fucking definition of jobbers.
All right. Well, pack up what you need. I wave goodbye to my little lizard buddy. I tap Thok on the shoulder. He's in a trance. And let's
gently move.
Let's walk out.
Let's move through where the snake thing is. The snake, the what do you call it, statue.
Can we squeeze through that place or no?
How good is your strength?
Well, I mean, if these squares are 5-foot squares.
Bill, can we squeeze through
you
here?
can step out. You can step around it. It's just a big puddle.
It's probably a 2-foot.
Getting past the stone serpent, you'll have to actually physically move the serpent.
Yeah, let's just step back gently. We can go in that room the other way.
Can I use a strength to push the snake thing out of the way?
No. Let's not try.
Okay, I'll grab my gems. I'll grab my way to grab the gems. Everyone, let's just filter out.
All right.
Yeah. I'll use my staff to kind of hop out so I don't have to touch the ground as much as possible. Can I do that?
Certainly.
Just so I don't fuck anything up.
Are we bringing Fok with us, or is he just going to kind of stand?
Yeah, we're going to bring
Just leave him there.
We'll assume that he's.
We can continue the tradition of leaving people
quietly. People who, he'll be fine. He'll be right with it.
I'm sure nothing horrible will happen to Thok.
Bill, literally we are moving him back, but we cannot because Naka is not here.
Can I get the house keys and just kind of shake it at him? Try and guide him towards us.
Okay, I'm just gonna. Can I change? I can't change his permissions.
Don't worry. I'll just
We'll pretend he's here with us.
Mm-hmm.
We've probably got some kind of leash or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
One of those ones I have for babies, where it's the body harness.
Yeah.
A papoose?
What they want to.
No, papoose actually lifts them up off the ground.
The ones where they're my child is like my dog.
I'm going to go back in here and check on the survivor, whoever she is.
I too am going to check in this room for the gems.
Yeah.
I will go with Nira. I assume you're by the survivor lady right now?
Yeah.
All right. I gotta drag. There's something about this map that's really fucking up with Roll20. Like dragging my character around is like a pain in the ass.
Yeah. I'll drag it for you.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, it does get a bit awkward, especially with these kind of like odd shapes.
You really have to move diagonally in that one corridor. I think it's a lighting rig more than anything else.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So, does anybody want to use diplomacy on her?
Yeah, absolutely.
She's currently asleep.
Just lift her up.
Can we gently just shake her?
Yeah,
She's kind of she's wedged into kind of a corner. She's got a very heavy-duty-looking wooden shield with steel edge to it.
That's fine.
Propped up against the legs, and a short sword, like clasped to her chest.
I can carry it. I can carry her in it with it. Because it's time for us to go.
Okay, what are you currently trying to do? Just to keep accurate.
Just to calm her down. Can she talk?
Well, if she's asleep.
Yeah, she's currently asleep.
She's asleep.
Yeah, can I?
Yeah, we are not going to fight that thing whatsoever. No. Let's just gently pick her up and leave. Mud, you can pick up the.
I wanna wrestle the gems out of that snake.
Yeah.
As you reach your hand out, you get this very odd sense of pins and needles in the tips of your fingers, and her eyes snap open.
The
lady's eyes. The lady's eyes.
Yep, they snap open, looking directly into yours.
Into whose? Mine?
Yours. Yes, yours.
Well, if I had $1, I say
It's a little
hello.
off.
Sorry, what did you say?
Why are you people down here in this place?
We could ask you the same thing.
The order sent me down here.
Which order?
The order from the what was the name of the dead brother?
I'm assuming whoever, effectively whoever fucking. Jesus Christ.
I'm asking her.
Just check. It was the brother, Sisters of the Society.
You mean the Sots?
Yeah.
We read the letter upstairs.
Yeah. Thoughts for Sots?
Sots gone wild.
Are you from that society that was upstairs? I cannot find the name.
No, but my order was contacted by them to check on this place. We were a little worried that it had fallen, and that much is evident now.
Are there any others?
Of my order? Unfortunately, no. Just myself and my master's horse.
How's it that you lived and they didn't?
Like, the way she reacts is very odd. She kind of gets kind of a half bemused smile on her face. You notice now that all of her equipment is in incredibly poor repair. The sword's pommel has just ripped clean off. It's just nothing but a tang erupting out of a wooden hand scales with a kind of rusty grip. But at the same time, everything's fitted well. Everything is in working order. It's clearly been looked after. It's simply degrading fast. It's very, very, very well used, and in places you can actually see rust forming as you watch it.
How long have you been down here?
Depends. Do you want to have the day?
I thought for the day.
It's Tuesday.
Been at least a week and a half. I must have been in torpor longer than I thought.
Must have been. Well, we're leaving now, and you could tell us all about it when we get topside. Can you walk?
No, easily. She stands up.
Do you know anything about the horse? I point.
My master's horse has seen better days, I'm afraid.
Can we do
She's an
anything
old
for-
beast, but she'll do well.
Quick,
She helps it to it. She helps it to its feet.
I have
You
the smallest of questions. Do you perhaps know what that giant pile of bones was? The one that wasn't dead? Because you
Pile
cannot...
of bones that wasn't dead.
The big fuck off skeleton. That's more a question directed at fucking I don't care to remember a name.
Yeah, what is your real name?
Mine? My name is Astra.
Astra? Our friend here saw something very big and ball-made in the other room, next to the giant lizards. Do you have any idea of what that is?
The ritual circle's been moved around a lot. I believe if it's what I think it is, and I did see the kobolds here transporting around a few belongings. She turns to you. Was it behind a curtain?
Yeah, it was
Heavy.
behind it.
Looked kind of like velvet, but wasn't quite.
Didn't really pay a sure.
There's not many
Maybe.
curtains down here.
Not really a curtain expert.
I suspect that little bastard will be back soon enough then. You won't go far without him.
Sorry, who won't go far without who?
Black Scale.
Can you call
Is
me?
that like their leader?
She nods.
Hmm.
Wretched little creature.
We are not quite equipped to deal with the things. We were just hiding in the church above. From the outside, when we notice horrible things happening, if you know, in the bell tower and all around, we were just trying to make sure we not get attacked in the middle of the night.
Quick thing, Bridge List. You know, you like with all of the gear that was in the old chest. Did you take
Yeah.
all of it, or did you just take the books?
I took books and I took the. I assume it was carryable.
Okay, cool. So I was just thinking, 'cause- yeah.
Before we carry on the conversation further, I want to detect evil on Astra.
Astra is not evil. In fact, she is aggressively neutral.
Aggressively neutral.
As in, when she is in proximity to other things that are evil or good, yourself being a very strong good aura, an evil example might be some of the implements that were scavenged from the other room. Their own power is dissipated.
Is she a blank? or something?
Is she an NPC? Is this the implication?
So
All right,
basically,
just making sure. Just making sure.
we are going to gently walk back. Also, I'll ask Doc if it's possible for him, but because he's not here, to carry the corpse of the red dog we killed. Because Bill, if you said correctly, that thing is cookable.
Just about.
Yeah.
I don't. Let's not worry about carrying that. Sorry, didn't you say my hand went numb when I went near the snake?
Pins and needles.
No, you feel pins and needles when you are when someone reached out towards her. There's this
sorry.
odd sense of pins and needles.
Right. Okay. No, I'm going for the gems on the snake. I'm not really concerned about.
Oh, that was in regards to Rigave reaching out towards her.
Sorry, my greed took over. Yeah.
But
Why
you
is it
made-
when I touch her, you get pins and needles on your hands?
No,
you are getting pins
you
and
did.
needles.
Oh, I did. Why is
I
that?
just interrupted the entire thing so I could get gems.
Yeah, you may roll disable device.
He already
man.
disabled device.
I'm using disabled device 10 times more than I did last campaign. Oh shit.
Okay.
Can I assist him?
Yes, you may. You make something of a. You get them out, but it's rough. You've clearly taken a chunk out of one of them.
Ah, fuck.
But the other one is
it's barely chipped. Most jewelers won't notice. You can make some you can make a little bit of paste up and fix that, no problem.
Get some
I'm
sandpaper,
sure.
that's how it works, isn't it?
So we have one whole jewel and one chipped jewel.
Yep.
Yep.
This will make a fine addition to my pocket. Right, let's go.
I'll just write this thing down. So we have books and what is the name of the other thing? The alchemical stuff, reagents.
Did you actually grab the reagents?
Yeah, I took everything.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay. That's what I was curious about, because I know that the reagents need to be in the circle, and I imagine apart from what they've already got, they probably need to use them to,
Yeah, we just. I hope we at least took all their components, or at least slow them down, if nothing else.
Cool beans.
So from all of this, was there anything else in that room with the snake? Nothing else.
In here, primarily just her.
Yep.
Not a lot else.
Well, you know
You notice one thing though. Where normally you'd find a lot of the usual murder holes and tunnels bored into the walls, they're clogged here. Each of them has been stuffed with a very precisely killed kobold. They've had their throats slit.
Oh, she just kind of plugged the holes then?
Yeah, it honestly looks primarily like they tried to look around from their perch, only to find themselves on the receiving end of a sword.
Cool
Cool
beans.
beans.
Yeah.
Snap.
Yeah, so we just backtrack as sadly, as carefully as we can, and we go upstairs. Yeah, can we go upstairs, Bill?
You may try, just as a point, you can see light filtering in from the wooden barricade.
What are you saying? We should just we could just like yeet our way through and just kind of go from there.
Yeah, it's a very crude barricade. It wouldn't take much.
You want to kind of quote unquote disassemble this? I did air quotes. I did realise I wouldn't communicate through voice.
Yeah, Rex, can you just punch it a little?
I'm gonna stand over here because I can't fucking swim.
Yeah, let me do a strength roll, I guess, for just pulling the boards off and knocking them down and just generally disassembly. Jesus Christ.
What?
You can't smash your way into it, but it's holding pretty fast. It's just because all the staves of the barricade are slanted towards you. It's very difficult to get good purchase.
Can I use my strength roll to punch this thing?
You may.
Hey, step back, bitch.
I loosened it up for you.
At which point Nira grabs one of the main support beams and just kind of jostles it free. And
I like
really
that.
good, Kenny.
It's really good art there.
Yeah, look at the artist. I made it big one this episode.
That's really good. That's really good.
Look at Talk doing this there.
Yeah.
I just I like this idea that you thought it would turn into battle, but in fact you pussied out instantly. Or more importantly, I did. The conflict. I cannot do this. Goodbye. I almost lost a fucking war with a swimming pool.
The barricade gone, it leads out into what looks to be a fairly brightly lit forest. You can see what appears to be the bright orange of the sunrise.
Outside.
Just beyond the thick trees.
Perception check. Perception check.
Man, I cannot move.
All we saw were horrible things. I cannot believe.
Rags, are you trying to move through the black areas?
I don't.
You're trying. Oh, what's happened is what you're trying to move through is a wooden board, which is a barricade.
No, I gotta drag it around here.
Yeah.
There we go.
Like, if you think about it, you've got to try and follow
How did
around.
he go through the? I'm
Oh,
curious.
I'm back. I'm back
What
inside
the
now.
Okay, here's the way. Like, you've got to move around it. Although you don't.
That's
don't
it.
have to
I'm
do it step by
curious as to
step.
how he went through a
That's what I'm
solid
doing.
wall when I have the lighting rigged to cannot move through.
It's probably just a bug. You
I
might
hope
look at
so.
that Stuff.
Here I go. All right, there I am.
Yeah, I thought we explored most of that map actually. Apart from the bit where the man who's going to haunt my fucking dreams.
That little therapy can't come.
Mud, you're the man of art. You have to draw us that.
Well, next level, my land pause can cure your PTSD, so you'll be all right.
Oh, I like the Bill. I'm gonna not look at that effect that popped up.
No, it's fine.
Yeah. So
Can we roll perception check to see like where we are, like on the east side, west side, on the other side of the mountain?
Jingji.
What? Yep. Sorry, I keep forgetting my mic's muted.
Okay. As the others kind of leading off and talking to someone in another room, just before you go, the stave you have reacts with the air.
So
And you see what you see before you.
Perception check.
You may.
I saved it.
You can really roll perception. It's not natural that we walked in this area where everything else was blighted and suddenly it's forest and sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah, that's a little weird, but I can't see that. So what's going on with this thingy?
Yeah, let me just, why is that on that layer? Let me underwind. Okay. What you're witnessing is, simply put, the stave has reacted with the energy in the air. And similarly, the light that's been kind of brewing in these various runes along the stave begins to just seep out and coil around the different threads of mana in the air. You've never really seen this stuff before. Not in person, you never had mage sight or anything similar. So seeing this highlighted for once, you can recognize it from diagrams from your father's study, that kind of thing. But seeing it in person is very peculiar.
Am I seeing this? Where is Aiden back?
I'm still back here. I didn't know everyone left.
I think it's quite evident why I left almost instantly, as soon as possible. Whereabouts are you?
I'm back. I'm near where Nuka is.
All the way.
So I'm just doing this so that people can see what's actually going on. Oh right, you're still there.
Can I roll
I was just kind of hanging back. I didn't really have much to do or contribute, so I was like kind of hanging back.
Yeah, sleeping like in the picture.
Yeah, I'm
Admittedly,
sleeping.
though,
I'm like, oh, I don't know anything. Like, you guys are all being big brain
shit.
nippers, and I don't have any ability to help that. I'm not a wizard.
Neither am I, to be honest.
Oh yeah, I see what's happening.
Yeah, I just kind of saw it pop up on me.
Are you going to tell this to anyone or just enjoy it by yourself?
I mean, that's pretty cool.
Oh, shiny.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. I don't know. Like, should I yell? Be like, hey guys, there's a thing. I'll do that. I'll yell down the cavern. Hey guys, maybe you might want to check out this thing.
Can I go back?
Hurried.
No.
It's a big swirly thing.
Guess what happens with big swirly things? Things come out of the big swirly things.
Okay.
If-
Should I just run?
If you, as you step, you've actually moved back a little bit. As you step out of the circle, it disappears.
Oh, wait. Okay, so can I take a step forward again?
Yes.
And see if it reappears?
Does it reappear?
It does not.
Can she
But-
describe it to me?
It was a big swirly. It was colorful, pink and purple and blue and white swirly. Yeah.
How much penalty do I have to take on knowledge arcana to decide what is that?
Based on my accurate description.
Where are you guys even? Oh, you're right there.
Yeah, it's like trying to get a dyslexic to describe a word. It's like, okay, what's going on? Oh, there's some weird shit going on in there. Nah, man.
What's going on?
Yeah.
There's
I
like
don't think
Bonfire is now roared back into life with an odd magenta flame.
Oh shit.
some Cyberpunk
Oh
2020
shit, that
shit.
fire's gay.
Does it look? Does it look like in the book that they described something like that?
No, it's a bit different.
Can I know some knowledge on that?
You roll Arcana if you wish. Jingji, if you have any knowledge you'd wish to roll.
22.
Knowledge, I guess, religion. I don't know what else would help. That's the only thing I have. Do that though.
No, religion would work. Okay.
Ooh.
You know exactly what this is. That is balefire. It is an incredibly potent form of magical flame. And it takes incredibly specific circumstances to bring it about.
What would be those circumstances? Would I know generally what might be required?
This way, your father gained the rank of Archmage for learning how to produce a flame equivalent to a match of this stuff.
Well, we should probably be a little bit careful then here, lads.
It's consuming the wood at an alarming rate. In fact, it is burning the stone as fuel.
I call her that girl, Amy. Please come here.
Alright, had to get something. Fill me in.
I'd
We
rather
have a
do this.
magical fire over here, which is quite
Magical magenta fire on the campfire. Do we learn anything from your knowledge checks?
It will not stop burning things.
What do you mean it won't
stone.
stop burning things? It's burning stone?
Yeah, this shit is like magic fire times 100.
Magic bullshit. Oh.
Apparently, what's her name's the monkey girl's dad did quite well from it because he made a match equivalent of that.
And that was big shit.
These guys are like, whoa, this is epic.
So
And
this
the
is
guys-
like
Whoa.
Divinity
It is that- it sounds pretty
Necrofire
epic.
or some bullshit.
Why are we all going towards the big fire thing?
Because I want to look at it.
Why don't we try to? I don't know.
Is it-
If it's
What
probably
puts
worth
out-
something, right?
Nira, you're the spellcaster. What puts out magic necro nonsense bullshit fire?
Roll of 22. Do I know what is?
You better fucking know.
It's probably can't we like bottle it or something? I guarantee.
Bottle
it's-
fire?
Yes,
Maybe. Can
it's
we?
magic fire, dude. I'm not. We're not talking about like regular
burning
stuff here. It's
stone.
magic fire.
Jingji,
burning
you actually know that would not work, as upon contact with glass, balefire explodes.
Oof.
Good roll.
Yeah. So
In fact,
don't
there
know
are
what
very
I
few
was
things
saying.
that balefire
this
does
is-
not burn
this
through,
is
explode
balefire?
on contact with, or spread across.
I obviously knew that. Just a lapse in judgment.
Let me see.
Oddly, Astra will just like sidle over next to it, as if it were a common.
Wait, balefire
campfire.
is in BAEL fire.
Balefire is in BALE fire,
Oh.
not balefire.
Not ball fire, because that would be a different thing. That's
Yeah.
some
But we're talking
Moloch
about
shit.
We're talking about
I'm not, we're not. I am not opening the fucking kettle of
Alright,
fish that is the
'cause-
fucking sun
Canaanite
worshipping.
gods.
Yeah,
Canaanite
I wanted to
deities.
make
Fuck that.
sure, because
I've already
that's
had
like...
I have
that's an
already had to
important
look up some
distinction
occult
to make.
bullshit for this stream.
Oh, my toast
I'm
is
not
done. Fuck Balefire, I got toasted.
Has this girl started this fire? Sorry, I just seeing her now. Has she started this? Is she here?
Oh yeah, she upon seeing like a flicker of this stuff, pushed the stone snake aside to get here.
I ask her, Amy, what is this shit?
I've never seen her outside the order before.
Do you have any idea how to handle this thing?
She takes a sword from its sheath. It's a very short, like it's similar to a gladius, but not quite. It's more tapered, much lighter.
Oh God!
She kind of rasps her gauntleted hands around the wooden handle scales, and they just shred apart, like just simple rotten wood. The rivets just fall loose. She takes off the hilt, places it aside, and places the blade inside the flames.
Wait, she's putting her sword in the balefire?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Astro, what are you doing? Why are you putting that in the fire?
Watch. And as you watch, you can see tiny little sprites of that magenta flame just climbing up and around the blade. In some cases sinking what appears to be like the facsimile of teeth into the metal.
What exactly are you doing?
I'm putting out something I thought might be here. And she will actually reach out. She'll gently tap on the tang of the blade. And this is a very high-pitched hum. And very just as quickly as it had appeared, the balefire disappears.
She stuck her sword in it, and then knocked on the tang, and it went away. Explain this bullshit.
I look at her and I say, you have to teach me that trick.
Everything has its way of being put away. She very gingerly reaches out and picks up the sword. It's seemingly completely cold. She places the crossguard back on. Takes out what appears to be a pair of spare handle scales, rivets them, and just presses them back in place. The rivets are seemingly so old, she can just twist the metal to accommodate the scales, and twist the tang back over the end of the quillion, the end of the scales, and places it back in its sheath. And the more sharp-eyed among you will notice that as she does, there's an audible hiss and very thin lines of light or pulse on the scabbard. Looking at the remains of the fire, the stone has been melted. If any of you have ever seen what happens when, for instance, if there's any kind of volcanic activity, if you've ever been that far afield, or if something gets hit with a hot enough flame on particularly soft stone, you'll get this. For instance, at a glass blowers, you might see something similar to this.
Slag.
Yes, just very rare to see it happen to stone, however.
I'm confused with what's just happened. And
I didn't think that anyone would actually be able to make it here. Seems this is the kind of place after all. How about...
Do you reckon we can do anything else in this place?
She nonchalantly begins to... ladies, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Okay, we're eating. Okay, good. I wanted to do that. Plus, this bitch just moved that fucking thing on her own. So,
Oh, it's like tipped up.
well, she just fucking yeeted it. She was like, I am done with this now.
Yeah. And she
Watch her just
actually
fucking
begins...
pick up the horse.
No, she begins leading it carefully.
Where's she going?
After a while, you will see she actually leads it down into the water, where she's kind of just wading. If I were you, I'd make your way out. It's going to get a lot worse down here before it gets any better.
Corbyn's chief.
We came back from upstairs. We have friends there. Is there possible to come back that way from downstream?
She just nods quietly.
Yeah, just asking her for the direction, so we can go down to the forest. I thank her and I offer my hand to shake.
She holds that hand, takes yours firmly. Her grasp is very disconcerting. It's as cold as frost. And where her hand touches yours, there's that same feeling that I described to Agabe, that feeling of pins and needles, that numbing sensation in your flesh. And as you take your hand away, you notice that there's almost like a scorch mark or like a soot mark on your gloves.
I look at her as you're a very fascinating girl to meet.
I call.
She merely nods quietly and smiles.
I call Nira over, motion him towards me.
Yeah.
Can you detect magic?
Try to detect magic. Can I detect magic on her?
Yes,
Oh,
there is a palpable aura of necromancy around her.
See you later, zombie lady.
That's the thing. It's not emanating from her the same way it would with undead. With undead, you can see the raw energy being drawn in from the environment and just being converted into necromantic energy. With her, necromantic energy is just pouring off of her body at all times.
Is she like negating everything she touches? Or is it just
it becomes more evident as she wades past the log trap. As you wade past the log trap, you see the trap actually give way under its own weight, and one end of the trap just swings over into a wall, and the lock just smashes.
Oh, so she can make shit older or some stuff like that. Or she's got such dead energy. She just kind of brings the mood down.
I wonder if she was
like
that.
a blank from Warhammer.
As she passes under the bridge, you lose sight of her for a moment, and nothing emerges on the other side.
Well, shit, son.
Honestly,
I say
she was the
that,
least
honestly,
threatening.
out.
Yeah, I quadruple that. Bye bye. Let's go.
We were here as a simple peat farmers and as a cook.
As much as I want to find out what the hell's going on, I don't think I can do it alone, so
Yes,
I go with everyone else and
same.
leave.
Okay. There's actually a very slight hill upon which most of these trees are growing. Could people? Why wouldn't you make your roll perception checks? It would be a bit facetious of me. Okay, let me bring up the next page. This is what you see as you crest the hill.
Oh fuck! Let me see.
Let me guess, the swamp is completely on fire.
You know what?
The swamp is completely on fucking fire.
Do you want to just go back inside the cave, mate? I feel like
Someone
it's a bit
left
safer
the
in there.
kettle on. Who did this?
Mom!
That orange glow wasn't the sunrise.
Shit, son. Okay, which way is the monastery? Is it like the safe way?
Yes, it's just on the right side around the corner.
Yeah, we are going to bail that way, pick up the people, throw the.
I'll bring you back to the monastery map, shall I?
Yeah.
If that's now on fucking fire,
It's stone. It better not be.
mate, we've already seen that stone can burn.
I think that one's an exception to the rule.
Yeah.
I'll agree. Wow, remember when like we were afraid of bugs? Yeah. Oof.
you know what do they say?
It's actually coming through this side.
Yeah, that's where we from the last time. This is basically the front door.
So
Yeah. So basically, we are just going to pick up our people, put them on the cart, put all the stuff we looted from the monastery. Well, not looted, borrowed. And we know the way back home, yes.
Yes, but it's going to be rather more difficult to navigate considering significant portions of the forest are on fire. Would someone like to roll me some navigation checks? That'd be survival.
Well,
How about
before
local,
we start
because-
navigating,
Perhaps you'd like to discuss this amongst yourselves. I'm going to take a short
before we start
break for
navigating,
myself. I shall be right back.
yeah, while you go ahead and do your thing. Yeah, I want to ask our companions if they saw anything up here, if they know where the fire came from, or if it's just a.
Well, I wonder where the fire came from. I do wonder.
Well, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I do wonder.
You remember our fight in the swamp?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did not put out that fire, and
Just
that
wanna
little
make
fire
sure.
grew and grew and grew.
Just want to make sure. Could have been someone else. You know how these bogs are. They're fire.
Remember, if anybody asks, it wasn't us.
I'm not gonna assume it's our fault. I'd rather assume it's someone else's fault.
I concur with the thing that means that it's not our fault.
we didn't do nothing.
That's true. There's probably some peat farmers out there who thought they'd build a campfire or something to make a lunch snack or whatnot. Those idiots. And sure enough, ugh.
All the ridge is on fire now.
Hey, look, all I'm saying is, there may be some kind of weird creature here that maybe a huge amount of people could resolve, and perhaps a lie about them causing a mass disaster may be in our benefit.
Yeah, look on the bright side. This soul was dirty and purged and vile, with the evil magic. Yeah, technically burning it away. We're doing community service here.
It's basic. We're basically
Character.
moral good in the long term.
Yeah.
Are you discussing what this might be
Yes.
on
We
a
had decided
more ramification level?
No, we had decided this is actually a good thing because all this area was cursed and growing wild things. Now it's being burned away. There's a chance for new life to grow. We can say this is actually a good thing. And we are going to ask our companions two things. Have they seen or heard anything? I mean, beside the fire. And and second thing, do they know a way home?
Okay. As you go to see to your companions, you notice that whilst your shovel-wielding compatriot is here and still asleep, Ilmarsh is missing.
What about the prisoner?
That's the prisoner.
It's a prisoner.
He's
Shit.
missing.
I thought we tied him up strongly and told him to be guarded.
There's no sign of any discarded rope.
Oh, so he's hopping away. Is there footprints? Or something.
Roll me a survival check, please.
Who has survival?
I have a 1.
Well, I have a 1 as well. Knowledge.
Might as well.
Let me see. Survival.
Fuck it, just roll for it, Chief.
Yeah, I just looking for survival.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say I do not know anything. I'm gonna go out of my way and suggest that. You know what? I've seen some shit today, and I frankly am less concerned about the affairs of men.
Yeah, I'd say that's a good answer. So, basically, what about the old guy? Is he still asleep?
The old guy and half John are both still asleep.
Yeah, let's not wake them. Let's just try to find the most reasonable way we can. I assume, like, if we go right or somewhere else, we go.
Should we maybe just try to go back to town at this point?
Yeah. We are going back to town, just trying to avoid the forest fire.
If it's possible.
So what can we roll? Navigation or knowledge local or survival for traveling back?
That would be survival. Or knowledge geography.
Shit. Can we use that one last time for this roll?
Nope. He has already fled into the woods.
Which, okay, so I just use geography, which is intelligence roll. Roll of 10.
On a good day, that you probably could make it. You'd know your way back if this were a simple return journey. But with the fire as bad as it is, all of the regular routes that you know through the forest are completely blocked by flames. All felled trees. You notice that the smog is rising, like the sky is black with smoke.
Mm-hmm. Thinking. Does anybody else want to roll geography?
I do not have that as a skill.
Well, you can roll 1d20 plus your intelligence modifier.
Alright, so that's just a 1d20 for me.
Oh, sorry. What are we rolling?
Geography, survival, or if not, just 1d20 plus intelligence modifier.
I guess I can go for like knowledge local. I feel like that would be perhaps maybe a thing.
I can roll that as well, but.
So if it's not a check mark on the skill, can we still roll for it?
Yes, you may.
Okay.
Just on trade. Is anything knowledge local can get me?
So I did geography.
Yeah.
Okay. Mud. You know an old smuggling route that might work? Because it goes through solid stone.
Yeah,
used to be a... It was theorized it used to be an old goblin burrow, but got bored out a while back by smugglers, and it's primarily used to run drugs into the rural areas. To the rum. Most of the people running that stuff are long gone at this point. There's simply no money in it.
No money in drugs. What can possibly the world have come to? It's disgusting.
Lead the way, or glorious leader.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do, because I know where that is. Where are we going?
Simple route through. The kind of roll that will bring you back to town fairly quickly. Okay. up. Why is it still loading? 1 moment, please. Speak. Roleplay amongst yourselves as I try and sort this slight technical
Yeah.
chat.
We travel this way. Okay, we must agree on the story as we get
Well,
back.
we came back from our uneventful. We came back from our Pete excursion, and after we did that, we stopped at the church, investigated the church. All that crazy shit happened, and then when we came back out, there was a fire everywhere. What's up with that?
Well, we went to, and there was like this weird, big skeleton creature thing, and a bunch of weird demonic creatures, and one of them was lighting a fire, and of course, I mean, we're near peat fields. What idiot would use fire in peat fields?
Well,
right?
what we
And
can
that's-
say to everyone who asks if they really need to know is we only have to tell the skeleton, monstery, caverny bits to maybe the mayor or the village the village leader or whatever, because maybe he would want to know about this kind of stuff.
Oh,
Well, either way, I think we should fuck out of the town as soon as we can. For official.
I feel
official
like
paperwork to have a doc relocated somewhere else for his community service.
I feel like trying to leave this town could probably make it look like we've done it, so we're gonna have to stay around for a bit. I mean, look, when you leave too quickly, people go, I mean,
you're right. We should probably
Go play the game a bit.
ready to just be ready to leave.
So I have my skill in heal is 4. Would I be able to make use of that when we're outside of combat?
Certainly.
So how exactly does that work in Pathfinder here?
If you're looking to do first aid and heal some hit points, it's called Treat Deadly Wounds. It's on the heal page. It's a DC 15 check. If you succeed, you get to give someone back hit points equal to their level. If you get 20 or higher, you get to add your wisdom modifier.
All right.
Who's most worst skill? I have relatively good hit points.
Do I need a healer's kit for that?
It helps, but it's not necessary.
I think most of Fox stuff's just going to come back from sleeping. So I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it takes an hour for me to treat deadly wounds, and with my next level, actually, lay on POWs will be able to cure fatigued.
I believe you can't cure fatigue, but you can definitely cure hit points.
Well, it says the target's no longer fatigued at 3rd level. Because it's immersed. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, next level.
Yeah. Okay. As it may. Apologies, being more and more stubborn. I'm having some problems getting some stuff to load properly, so I'm going to have to re-upload it. So, give me 1 moment again, please, folks, and just keep the ball rolling.
Yeah, I think
but by the way, is the travel uneventful in itself? You don't have to roll perception checks.
Any threats that you would have encountered on the way here are in the process of fleeing from the fire.
Ah, that's a good point. Someone's pointed out that we're thinking that people are going to think we set the fire, when in reality they're probably just going to be like, oh no, fire.
Yeah, we just pretended there was a fire and we had to take alternative escape route. And if somebody tells us that there was a noble or something, we just say we were running for a fire and had to sleep in a church because we were exhausted. We basically, if our companions wake up on the some time on the way here, we just confirm with them that we stick to the same story.
Look, as long as Regave can't work it out, we're basically fine, because he's the only one who's really got any obligation to the truth.
We're not lying.
And
what are we lying about?
Well, you're not lying, but there's a number of the others.
There's
here,
such thing. And even then, it still wouldn't be our fault because we were attacked.
Yeah, the only possible eyewitness is the sheriff's son, You know, the guy who we captured. Remember
And if
him?
that's
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah.
case, and if that's the case, then he'll be like, "Yeah, those mofo's were attacked by some."
We did actually initiate that fight, though. I mean, if we're talking factually speaking.
We
Well,
defended
he
ourselves.
initiated self-defense.
We initiated self-defense. Yeah, exactly. Stay away. I'll self-defend you in the face if you carry on.
If someone's about to hit me, but my fist is faster, then that's self-defense.
This is
Yeah,
the real.
that's self-defense, even though I hit them first.
These are the questions that ANCAPs can't answer.
Listen, I unironically have know this to be true, so don't worry. They were clearly out to start a fight, and they got one. Took a shield to the neck. It happens.
They took a shovel to the face.
Yeah, the shovel to the face seems to be way more effective than the other weapons, apparently.
It's a great axe. Technically.
It's okay.
It managed to do
The shovelmancer. The shovelmancer. And just drawing. Matt, have you seen that piece of art?
I should have already put it up. Yeah. Yeah.
Weak.
I just. God damn it. The weak should fear the strong.
Yeah. And just drawing the last piece as we are leaving the burning inferno and agreeing on the story. Also, somebody should update Doc to keep his mouth shut or anything.
I
will disable his tongue if I have to.
Yeah.
I will use the power of justice to make his tongue not work.
That's a very fancy way of saying I will punch him.
No, not at all.
Remember, the term is self-defense.
Self-defense is not a verb.
It is if you use it correctly.
Okay. Arriving back at the... You find an unfamiliar sight when you return to the town, as lights are on in houses. Now you're a little further ways in from the flames now. Like you've had at least. You haven't seen any... From where you are, you cannot see it physically. You can see the smoke clouds. As, regardless of what the image may say, the smoke is blanketing the sky. You may not be able to see the flames directly, but you can smell them, you can practically taste them.
Can I roll perception to see are there people packing shit or like emergency militia? Ooh, that's a nice perception check.
Okay. The entire town is mobilizing, essentially. Everyone who can carry water is in the process of getting whatever containers they can, filling them up with as much water as they can, and just taking them out. You'll also notice that the people who process the lumber in town, they are all taking out axes. You would wager they're going to go try and make some fire breaks. Try and contain this as best they can. But what's quite interesting to you is you see the Reeve. Now, he very rarely comes to this area. He's happy to run around other towns in this region, but generally speaking, he doesn't attend to town very often himself. But he's there in person, and he's speaking with a man in robes.
Does any of them looks like the sheriff?
Yes. The Reeve is the sheriff.
So basically, do we see maybe his son around?
You don't see him presently. Okay. He is speaking to a woman in appears to be a red shawl.
Does any of them have the insignia of the guy we killed?
Not presently.
Not presently. So, guys, I think we are safest to say to go back in town.
I
That's
think,
why
yeah, I think that'd be all right. And if there's a problem, then we can resolve it.
Well, his plan, go up to him and ask him about the fire. But like, whoa, did you guys see the fire going on? Whoa, this is crazy.
No, we are not going to pretend to be that oblivious.
Whoa.
I would just ask and ensure that the town was safe from any sort of fires.
Regs, as the only representative of the law, you can take the point.
Flash your badge. That's what you should do.
Absolutely. I flashed my badge. It's big R.
And you can see more art now in the.
It's just another part that the shield just pops open and there's another shield underneath it.
You can see more art now.
Yeah, I can see it, yeah. So we initiated self-defense, which is true. All right, yeah. So what I'll do is I'll walk up to the I suppose the mayor guy.
Okay.
And I'll ask him if the town's safe from fire and if they need any extra hands in making sure that everything's going to be secured and there's not going to be any burns or that the conflagration would spread to the buildings or around town.
Old Obed's pipe shifts between his teeth. He turns to look at you with those like deep sunken eyes.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, whoops. I didn't realize my mic was on. Just laughing.
Fuck's sake, muted this entire time.
Sorry.
Too bad we missed.
I thought I was muted.
Very cool.
Was that epic?
For fuck's sake.
Now this is epic.
I fucking ruined Bill's monologue. I'm so sorry.
Get us. We're not going to do my weird old man voice.
The worst thing is I was fucking laughing at an I'm angry about elves joke. I'm sorry.
I am angry about elves. Oh god. Okay. Go.
Sorry, ruined it. Continue.
Okay. Rogave, what are you doing out in here this time of night?
We're just on our way back from resting on our excursion out to the peat fields. We hurried up a little bit when we saw the glow of the fire in the woods, and we barely made it in time. But it's probably more important if we focus on making sure the town's safe.
Roll bluff.
Which part of that was a lie?
The term is withholding evidence.
Withholding evidence.
You may use diplomacy if you prefer. I'm not going to force your hand.
Yeah, I would like to use diplomacy, because I have an 11 in it, so we'll be doing
Roll
that.
away.
Alright. D20 plus...
Ooh, nice.
I also tell him that I'm a king, and I need all the taxes.
Excuse me, sir. I believe you owe me all of the
That
money.
doesn't sound very lawful good to
Is
me,
that you?
sir.
It's like, I don't remember you being the king, but you make a compelling argument.
Listen, if you look at the line of hereditary monarchy, I am next.
I was the old king's best friend.
Oh, is this
Very-
buddy? Come on, you can trust me. And then just
I'm
make
pretty
that,
sure
like, a
that
big
hounds
begging
cannot
dog
inherit.
face, where you cock slightly to the side.
I'm
Just
pretty sure that's
Well,
right.
some animals did inherit stuff. You know, if you put in a test.
I'm not dealing with this Aristocats bullshit now.
Yeah.
I guess.
Anyhow,
I've eyes you for a moment. I need your services for a short while.
Say I'm happy to give him
Our friend here is a mage from the guild. They'll need an escort into the flames. Luckily, you've come back at just the right time. You'll probably have a better idea of where the flames are.
They're big and bright and they glow and they're hot.
Can I interject and say we came from the old goat path that is probably the safest way into the heart of the flames because it goes through rock.
The figures in their red robes will regard you kind of a mix of suspicion and intrigue, looking you up and down. We merely require to be pointed in the right direction. Our magics are ready. We will quell this flame.
See where it's glowing? That's probably where the fire is.
I unironically say in character to them and ask them if they have any difficulty locating a wildfire.
This is topical.
And why they would. I straighten the fucking eye and I ask them this completely unironically. Because if it is possible that my services are not needed to help someone find a wildfire, I would rather ensure that my party is well rested from our.
Can he roll knowledge arcana to know how insulting sarcasm is to the?
Yes, you may roll arcana to know exactly. Well,
Good.
to know who you're speaking to.
Well,
These are mages from the Royal College of High Sorcery.
Yeah, fuck these dudes.
can I interject and intimidate?
These are the kind of people where like their proximity makes other mages sweat instinctively.
I interject and intimidate Rags to cut the sarcasm.
They mutter amongst themselves momentarily, and one of them speaks forth in the Sovereign's voice.
Don't stop the fucking mages.
If you'd prefer,
So
we
why
may
am
use our
I
divination
against these mages, or this shit that affects mages?
You know these kinds of motherfuckers. Your fucking old man used to hang around these pricks all day.
What a bunch of assholes.
And they're red robes too, which means they're friends. They're probably colleagues of
Bunch
your
of
father.
fucking lobsters.
Would knowledge religion help?
Do you know my
Oh
dad?
yeah.
All right.
It's like, hey, Jingxi, how's your dad? Look,
You know,
You're pretty
I'll go
sure
ahead
you've
and-
caught one or two of them like eyeing you occasionally. Is that who I think it is?
I'll do a knowledge religion roll just as well.
That's what's the name? They all look the same to me, but I don't want to say that.
Wow, that's wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
All monks do look
Okay.
the same.
I'm gonna fucking file a report
Against the mages.
against all of you. I'm gonna file a report against everyone for this
Can't do that.
racism.
Can't do that, love. Sorry, I'm disabled. So
You know,
Can't
do you
do
have a
that.
license to be disabled? I don't think so.
it's called a wheelchair.
It's not a license to be disabled.
There's a fucking movie title for you: License to Be Disabled. The lesser known James Bond film. I suppose that would just be Johnny English,
I
wouldn't
can
it?
only imagine what that movie would be. License to be disabled.
It would be Johnny English. Have we been over this?
No, it's the movie about number one. You remember number one?
Fucking Danger 5.
Yeah.
But I just imagine it's just James Bond with Down syndrome. Okay, so Johnny English.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, it's just Johnny English. Austin Powers at a push, but it's more adamant than anything else.
I like Koyon. That's pretty much it.
I like my juice boxes shaken, not stirred.
James
Oh.
James Crayola.
I like my chromosome shaken, not stirred. One of the three red robed mages will place their hands on the shoulders of the other two, and it's almost as if they are discussing amongst themselves at the speed of thought.
I thought they
And
were
there's
going to
no-
start doing Hop and Nagila and dancing in a circle.
We will need just a moment. One of them will then go, Sindri, can I borrow you for a moment? A man in very crude clothing. Doesn't fit in with the locals. He's definitely not a local farmer or similar, though he is dressed as such. He looks more like a manservant or similar. Holds forward. Sindri. They hold out their hand. Sindri reaches into his pocket and withdraws a chicken. A live chicken. That chicken should not have fit in that pocket. You're not sure how he managed that.
I don't have time for these illusions.
At which point the mage reaches out, takes the chicken, twists its head off its little neck, takes a you'll recognise the kind of knife. It's normally used by pickpockets to cut purse strings. They will unzip it like a pillowcase and splay its innards across the floor.
Calm down, Chief. We just asked you where you needed the fire. Where the fire... Chief, fucking Christ, calm.
How do you...
I
need to
was
disembowel a chicken to find where a wildfire is?
The three of them will again, hands on each other's shoulders, muttering to each other like incredibly high speeds. At which point we go, we no longer have need of their services, sir. Thank you for your concern. And just as a aside, you may wish to keep an eye on these ones. They will trail off like in single file, and as the last one trails off, he kind of goes. It points to his eyes and points to you, Regave, and kind of goes back and forth on that for a second, and falls back into line with the other three.
Just do a wank gesture at him, fucking knobheads.
Why did you have to be sarcastic?
I do.
All of them
I
in
right at him.
All in those red robes with these very like precisely made lenses over their eyes. A small pince-nez with this. One has red lenses, one has green, one has blue.
I pull Regave just very closely and whisper into his ear. Do you know what divination is? It's seeing things what happened the way they happened.
Literally, mate, what are they going to do? What are they going to fucking chuck a chicken all over the place? Give us some fucking KFC. Piss off. Just, what the hell? Where is the fire? The bit that's on fire? We need a chicken.
I wish the red robe gentleman luck in putting out the flames. And I turn back to the mayor and say, where is it that you will need... we have a few able-bodied among us who can assist you, but we have some in our party who need to rest and recuperate.
Find them beds. The rest, haul water as best you can. He holds up what is very clearly used to be a chamber pot to you, Regave. You may wish to make yourself useful.
All right.
I pick my bucket from the cart.
Well, it's not the part of the chamber pot I'm holding that gets dirty.
You've clearly not seen the aim of the average rural.
I detect evil on the chamber pot.
Overwhelming.
Overwhelming.
Also, guys, look at the private.
Like,
That's amazing. Holy shit.
It's a literal potato on
We need that as the logo. I don't want to see. This has to be the logo for our group, and that's not even a joke.
Double A potato.
Double potato. Double potato.
I'm literally saving this as a separate image on this fucking.
And the picture of the potato is like a Mr. Potato Head with a NPC face, so it looks like it's setting upside down for the nose. It's the strangest thing, Bond. I've never quite seen the numerical 007 in quite so many parentheses. In any case, with the heroes, if the kind of ad hoc arsonists can be called at this point, back at town, I think that's a good place to call it for the evening, considering that members of the party are absent. Thanks to technical hitches. I hope you all had a nice time this evening, and we shall reconvene next week for much of the same, a continuation of this story. And hopefully next week, get to see a few things expanded upon a little bit.
Hopefully not fire.
Oh, no, I can't,
I don't know. Well,
that will be expanding fairly rapidly for some time.
I think we started the fire, lads.
We didn't start the fire. It was already burning.
It was self-defense. Right.
We should probably just sing that as we walk into town. Just sing that song. Make sure that everyone understands we didn't start the fire. Totes, believe us, please.
We've already got the fellas who like.
Sindri, those gentlemen and lady keep singing that song. I wonder if it must be the truth.
You know what? Do you reckon they were just hungry and they just thought if we just get a tricky chicken done that it's far on the way in, just snack on the go, mate.
All I can think about though is what's his name from Job from Arrested Development, just being like, do you think you could return a dead pigeon after you pull it out of your
a flayed chicken? Is that
Can you return a flayed chicken?
And for those wondering at home, yes, Sindri is a commoner with the chicken-infested floor.
That's actually excellent. Oh god damn.
Sindri.
Oh god. Right.
Apprenticing to wizards as a commoner is a very rough experience, especially when you only use as a source of easy-to-get chickens.
Jesus Christ.
Well, tell him it's for a magic spell. Then
Illusion.
We can get chickens anywhere.
I don't have time for my illusions.
This isn't really a chicken. It's a fucking. It's a raven with lymphoma.
I'm just so fucking confused, man. Yeah, I'm done. My brain's
You're
dead.
confused.
I zoned out for a second. I came back to
On
chicken.
the plus
I
side,
went to
next week you'll
12
be level
years at
3.
Wizard College and I can't
Hooray.
find wildfires.
Do we
Right.
get the XP from anything that dies in the fire? That's a
No, you don't.
You get 7,000 experience.
If you get experience for everything that dies in it, imagine how much experience they'll get for surviving it. Those few creatures that do.
Oh god, everyone.
Good.
everyone-
And
Farm
once
them
again,
for-
we are
farm
2
them
for 2.
XP.
2 for 2, in fact 3 for 2 for campaigns with horrific ecological damage.
Hooray!
To be fair,
We have had a major ecological disaster in every single season.
no, it's not a disaster. Every once in a while, it's good for a fire to clear out the underbrush and get the soil renutriented
Renutriated.
renutriated.
You
And,
do realise
um,
that brush fires
neutered.
just dump most of the nutrients into the atmosphere, right?
No, that's not necessarily true. You see, no. So there.
Very educated.
Fuck
No,
the
it's
plants
good,
coming
it's good.
straight from the
Big war.
underground.
It's good for a
A young
fire to go
fire
through.
got it bad because he's red. This is absolutely disgusting. As racism.
Fireman bad, is that your suggestion? Because I think that may be a factual statement.
Have you turned off the stream?
I'm going to